This is Mars, the red planet. It was the first planet explored by humans, and it is the setting for some of the thrilling adventures of the Royal Geographic Society. The year is the height of the Victorian era. Mars is heavily populated with high and hill Martians with technology akin to the late Middle Ages. Geshants and creatures unseen on Earth abound. It is also being properly colonized by the European powers. The English, French, and the Germans have established colonies here, and American cowboys are everywhere. The reason is plain: liftwood. Liftwood is harvested from trees that only grow on Mars, and when properly configured and trimmed can make vessels fly. Liftwood is extremely valuable, and the growing importance of aerial navies has made many countries desirous of establishing their dominance here. Welcome to the Red Planet. Welcome to Mars. Seven-Sided Die presents Space 1889, the thrilling adventures of the Royal Geographic Society.
Don't give me none more of that.
Welcome to Seven-Sided Die's first episode of Space 1889, the thrilling adventures of the Royal Geographic Society. I'm Tom. In a moment, we'll introduce the players. Before that, we must like to thank you for joining us. Unlike some other Twitch and YouTube channels, please know that we are not, clearly not, professional actors, let alone voice actors. Some of us are military, some are in IT, others retail managers, a few are parents, students, etc. So we do this strictly for fun. We hope you enjoy it nonetheless. I'm hearing a little bit of echo in the background. I have no idea where it's coming from, but that's okay. Lest I forget to mention it, we must thank Sirenscape. That's www.sirenscape.com for the use of their sound effects, or some of their sound effects. That's www.sirenscape.com. We must also thank Mateen Greenway for the use of some of his absolutely fantastic Space 1889 artwork. His website is www.mateen, that's two E's, NGREENWAY.com. It is also being, some of his artwork is also being shown in the opening and closing video. And as I mentioned before, we would like to thank you, our followers and subscribers. We have 3 more this week. Thank you guys for joining us. We hope you enjoyed this as much as we enjoy doing it. If you have not already, please subscribe, and as Brian would say, ding that bell.
Ding the bell.
Also, Brad, or Jumnus, wrong campaign. Brad is making our t-shirts and sweatshirts with our Seven-Sided Die logo and other designs. And he's going to briefly mention one of our contests that we have running. Brad?
Okay. So Golden Monkey Tees at threadless.com is the official t-shirt sponsor of Seven-Sided Die. That's you can find them at goldenmonkey.threadless.com. We're currently running a sweepstakes for YouTube subscribers. So once we hit 50 YouTube subscribers, and we're more than halfway there, which is awesome, we'll be doing a raffle for everybody that has their subscriptions public. So you'll have a chance to win a Seven-Sided Die t-shirt with the logo on it. So subscribe to our YouTube and buy my t-shirts.
Okay. Again, thank you for joining us. If you get those t-shirts and sweatshirts, some of them are really, really super, super cool. Well, they're all really, really super, super cool. And there's a couple of different logos. I think there's a retro logo. And hopefully you see in our upper corner the new logo, the newer design logo, and that's also on the t-shirts and sweatshirts as well. We're going to introduce the players right now and introduce their characters. We're waiting on one individual to show us, Ryan, and his character. And so as we go around, we're going to introduce them, and then we'll just kick off this game. And here we go. Starting with Brad. In character, tell us who you are and tell us about your character.
Okay. So, my name is Warren McMoldickson. I'm a Scotsman, a big game hunter. I spent my younger years traveling around Africa, hunting the Big Five, adding things to my collection, and well, once I've hunted everything out of Africa, I figured the next place to go is space. Yes.
And Ryan, who are you?
It's just transforming over here. I am Joseph Quinn. I am an Englishman. Started off my criminal career as a smuggler, just kind of taking things back and forth from Earth to Mars, whatever people want, whatever people need. Then I turned that into a criminal enterprise. Now I have my associate, Teflon Don. No charges ever stick to him.
I love that.
And now I'm part of the Geographical Society, where I can easily smuggle my goods in without any people asking too many questions.
And Reiner playing.
Hello, I'm Lord Captain Augustus Dunmore. Ladies man, man's man, man about the system, according to myself. No one else gave me those titles, by the way. And I am currently a man of the wealthy gentry, and I'm here as part of the effort to colonize this planet in the name of Her Royal Majesty the Queen, and, well, all good things that are civilized like tea. Also, I think that I might be in the wrong area because these people do not look like the ones I was supposed to be with. But I'll make do, even with subpar compatriots.
Okay. So you have made your way.
Speak for yourself, lad.
For the first time from England to Mars. It was a long journey, and you ventured across space. Probably relatively boring and uneventful, as you might imagine. And you've been directed to go to the Horse and Groom Gentlemen's Club, which is somewhat of a front for the, the headquarters, if you will, of the Royal Geographic Society in Syrtis Major, the largest British city in Syrtis Lapis, the British colony on Mars. And so you are meandering around. You should see in a picture right here, that should, hopefully, if it hasn't forwarded already, that's what Syrtis Major looks like. It's a large city with canals approaching it from multiple angles. Most of the planet is barren and dry, as you might see, much like the table, the red planet, as the name states. Okay, as you're wandering toward the Horse and Groom Gentlemen's Club, someone gives you directions. Introduce yourselves to each other, if you will.
Well, I don't know about you, gents, but I'm Lord Captain Augustus Dunmore. Pleasure to make your acquaintance. And I am, well, I don't think I need to go through all my titles just now. Obviously, I'm quite well known outside of my own hometown. I'm sure you've heard of me.
Yes, quite.
So, approaching the steamed and greasy window of the Horse and Groom Gentlemen's Club, you enter a building with a battered old Guinness clock, which featured a picture of a Gashant with a pint glass jammed rather amusingly down its throat. You enter inside and you're greeted immediately. Hopefully, greeted immediately. There we are, greeted immediately. Oh, welcome to the Horse and Groom Gentlemen's Club. I'm Colonel Corman. And who are you?
Who am I? I'm Lord Captain Augustus Dunmore, that's who I am. 2 tours in Her Majesty's Royal Navy.
Welcome, my lord. Again, I'm Lord Colonel, Light Colonel in His Majesty's Army, but in the Syrtis Lapis Company, I'm a full Colonel, Corman. And are you the gentleman from the Royal Geographic Society?
Yes.
Well, come on in. The men's club atmosphere in front of you is unbearably familiar in every detail, every brick, every piece of peeling paint. And inside you sense its familiarity in its stuffy, noisy warmth, its exposed beams, its unauthentic cast iron light fittings, its side tables sticky with beer that you know people have put their elbows in, overlooked by cardboard cutouts of girls with packets of peanuts stapled all over their breasts. It feels like the stuff of home. It feels like England. Welcome. Tell me of your journey on this space travel from Earth. Very tedious business, is it not?
You get used to it.
You're not much one for words, are you?
Neither of them have been, unfortunately.
Was it that way the whole trip, then?
Pretty much. I was the only one doing the talking.
I'm sorry to hear that, young lad.
So are we.
Sorry. There you are. Okay. Well, come on in. Let me pour you a glass of Unitrian Mars wine. And he pours you this thick, syrupy fluid, and you taste it. And
How does it taste?
It's the most hideous stuff you've ever tasted in your life. And he says, "Do you like that?"
Well, it's certainly better than the stuff they give us on the front lines in the Khyber Pass.
And he says, "Well, how about something from home then? Will you join me in some of the old jank spirit? Perhaps you've had some of this before."
Oh, once.
Oh, very well. And he pours you this golden brown liquid. It is simply amazing looking.
Much better.
Much better. And he says, "Oh, you remember the old jank spirit, don't you?
Well, I know the song.
Will you join me in singing it then?" Oh, don't
give me none more of that old jank spirit.
Join us here.
You! Join in!
No, don't give me
none more of that old jank spirit.
For my
head will fly, my tongue will lie, my eyes will fry, and I may die. Won't you pour me one more of that sinful old jank spirit?
Ah, just like jolly old England, yes. A little bit dirtier and dustier, but welcome to Mars. We hope you enjoy it.
A lot redder.
So, come into my private room here, gentlemen. We must talk some business after all of our small talk. Perhaps they told you about your mission, did they? What exactly is expected of you? No.
They've mentioned,
I did not
mentioned
think so.
nothing.
That's not
in the
atypical for the for them. So let me explain to you your mission. Your mission, gentlemen, is to map the Monroe Liftwood fields to the northwest of Parhoon and west of Gorgovon. It's quite a journey to get there. Are you familiar with that area?
Well, this is my first time on Mars, so...
No. Yes, well, I thought you might have taken the time to look at a map on the way here.
Well, a map, yes, but
There is one there in front of you.
But to
by
me,
the way.
maps... Hey, I don't rely on maps. Maps are pretty pictures, but it's nothing like having a gun in your hand on a safari.
Well, I'm glad.
Why, I once spent 4 months lost in Africa.
Yes.
Completely alone with no one near for 100 miles and completely clueless as to where I was, but I survived because I was there.
Well, jolly good. Jolly good. Well, since you close the doors there, James, would you? Yes. Since you brought that up, we must discuss the other part of your mission. Yes, I mean, I understand you're with the Royal Geographic Society, but there is another element. You know, you are funded by the Certus Lapis Company. Gentlemen, the following part is, as we say, classified. You understand?
Strictly confidential.
One of our field commanders. I'm having trouble with my eyepiece here.
I can tell.
Colonel Varakt has gone, if you will, native. Totally insane he is. He's committing unspeakable atrocities in the wild. He's completely not British at all. His methods are unsound. Now, your classified mission is to proceed up the canals in an aphid. Pick up Colonel Varakt's path at Parhoon. That's a city about 2 days' travel by aphid from here. Follow it. Learn what you can along the way. Yes. When you find the colonel, infiltrate his command. Infiltrate his team by whatever means possible and terminate his command. Do you understand?
I believe I do.
Yes, terminate the colonel. Terminate his command.
Right.
I think we catch your gist.
He's out there operating without any decent restraint. No. Totally beyond the pale of acceptable human conduct. He's still in the field commanding troops. Terminate with extreme prejudice, you understand? Captain.
Yes?
Lord Captain. You understand that your mission, this portion of your mission, does not exist.
Oh, I know.
Not at all. Nor will it ever exist. Aphid travel to Parhoon is approximately 600 miles. It should take you about 2 days to get there. In Parhoon, our troops, they're fighting rebels themselves. Besides, we don't want to send a regiment of uniformed troops to address one of our own who's gone rogue, you understand.
Right.
Probably would not look very good.
Especially with all the other countries trying to lay their claim.
Very good point. Very, very valid point there, Lord Captain. In Parhoon, seek out my nephew. He goes by the code name Griffin.
Griffin.
Yes. He does not know your mission, per se, and he does not need to. You understand?
Right.
But he is daring and chivalrous, and he will guide you the rest of the way to the Liftwood Fields, northwest of Parhoon, and west of Gorgavon. Should take you about 2 to 3 days to reach Parhoon, and another 2 to 3 days to reach the Moreau Liftwood Fields. Any questions, gentlemen?
Can't think of anything.
Outstanding! Outstanding!
All right, you two. You've been quiet.
I'm just relieved to hear we're not here to look at a bunch of trees.
Colonel Varuk has gone rogue. What exactly does this mean?
He's doing unspeakable atrocities, I tell you. I mean, it's despicable.
Can you speak of them?
No, it's unspeakable. They're unspeakable.
Did you not hear him the first
We don't speak about them in civilized company. Of course not, sir.
This is a closed room?
Yes, it is a closed room. Rumor has it that he and his troops have gone native, if you will.
Yes.
They're one with the savages, if you will. They're operating without any decency out in the wild, and they've been known to indiscriminately kill. Yes, indiscriminately, as opposed to discriminately. Indiscriminately kill, and in doing so, sometimes they've even taken to getting rid of their own troops.
I'm sorry, what? Their own troops?
Yes, their own troops.
What do they do?
Despicable.
Absolutely despicable.
Well, we've only heard rumors. I don't know exactly what they've done, but it's absolutely
Despicable.
despicable. Yes, despicable gentlemen. A little more Jack Spirit. Yes, that old Jack Spirit. Yes, and a cigar to boot. Good luck on your mission. What? Any other questions? You have a quizzical look on your face.
No, I think
You look like you swallowed a lemon.
Yeah, it's, I think I'm good, thank you, chef.
Very well. The outfit, feel free to paint over the name. It's not a very clever name. This is rather one of our newest ships. It's the HMS Surreptitious, if you will.
Right.
Yes, not a real good name for a classified mission, if you will. So feel free to change it.
Well, at least it's better than not for hire.
They do make binoculars.
Hire.
You could try 2 lenses. I've heard they stay on your face a little bit better.
But this eye is the only eye that has trouble seeing. That's much better. Now I can see fine.
There you go.
Yes, and plus I need this one to focus on what's in front of me and this one to see you.
Of course.
Of course. Should you need it, I believe the ship is also equipped with 20 rounds of high explosive ammunition. One of your for a 3-pounder cannon that is mounted on the front. It has 2 Hotchkins 3-barrel rotating machine guns. The best that the British Army and Mars can supply. Sufficient ammunition for those. And you also have on board 8 of those newfangled contraptions called Throckmorton conveyors. I hope you're up to pedaling and don't mind heights, if you understand.
I think I do.
Okay.
So, maybe.
Yes, a little more of the old jank spirit, and off you go then.
I almost think you're trying to get me drunk, sir.
Yes. Okay, you head off toward the. Hopefully, you head off toward the. off toward the shipyard. Yes? No? Maybe?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm gonna take a ship back to Earth.
The ship.
We're just gonna go there.
It's not an ether flyer. This happens to be.
So is this? What are we? Yeah. What are we driving?
Okay, so you have this ship.
An aerial flyer.
Yes, it's a little bit different. So it has a let me see if we can.
Aerial gun.
So this was this guy you were talking to.
Aerial gunship.
It looks
Radio
like
him a bunch of times.
it looks
so
like
that Tom
this
has to
in
keep
the sky.
putting on- We'll video chat him a bunch of times.
Just keep talking to him.
And
Crew of 15 to 20.
yes, but you have a whopping so far 5 people. Okay.
We seem a little understaffed
no one
now
was
that
a
I think
trimsman.
about it.
Huh?
No one was a trimsman.
I believe.
I think that quiet one,
not
Griff,
metagaming,
although-
but I believe Brian is a trimsman.
Although I have a skill in aerial flying.
Okay.
I'm a fairly good pilot.
I have none of that.
Right.
And
I
did
also cannot use any of the guns that are on the ship.
No. No, I can shoot a rifle or a pistol like you wouldn't
I
believe.
believe Brian, if he makes it, also has gunnery.
Indeed he does.
Nice.
Okay, so you are.
It was on his application for the society.
Yes. You guys make it to the.
Very in-depth applications.
You guys make it to the airfield itself. You see the vessel in front of you. What you guys set forth, or what do you do? Inspect it.
I wouldn't know anything about it either way, so I don't.
I'll take a look at it, make sure it's flight worthy.
It looks
With
not
my
only
knowledge.
flight worthy. You said you have some piloting skill.
Yeah.
Roll. How many? What's your piloting skill level?
1.
1. Okay. Roll 1d6 and beat a 4 or
Four.
get a 4.
4.
Okay, that's easy. You think it's a very, very sound. It appears to be a sound vessel. It looks like it's brand new.
Gotcha.
You go up to the name HMS Surreptitious in gold paint, and you rub on it, and it starts to come off, as if you could rename it whatever you wanted to rename it.
Looks like a pretty flight worthy ship. What should we name her? As I wipe off the old name.
Well, I'm certainly not naming it the Nut for Hire. I already had a ship, was on a ship that was named that once, and it didn't end well. For some reason, we were on this really long river, and everyone wanted to kill us. Couldn't have been because we were there to take over. No. We were just bringing civilization.
Well, that's Africa for you.
So no name.
Well, we could go with something classical.
Yes, the HMS Classical. That sounds great.
Or the Argo.
Slap it on.
I meant like mythological. Like not...
Oh, the HMS Mythological. That's even better. Slap that on.
About the HMS Confidential, secret mission.
That sounds great.
Oh, Griffin's here.
Yes, indeed. So,
Maybe he'll have an idea.
I'm gonna...
Quick, name our ship. The HMS.
I've tried to name it 3 times and they just keep changing it.
No. Well, we can always change it later.
Fair enough.
What I need? I don't have anything. I need my dice.
Just D6s.
Okay, you set forth in the HMS, now Minnow.
Oh, that's really lame. Who came up with that?
You did.
You did!
Oh, I'm not even on camera. They don't even know who you're talking to.
There you go.
We just look at the
because nobody would ever recognize your voice.
Let's change that at a later date.
Okay.
Agreed.
Okay, and you venture forth, and very quickly you leave the surroundings of Syrtis Major. Is a large city with canals coming into it. Mars is an ancient planet where there's very little water left, and the Martians have dug canals from all across Mars itself to channel the water from the poles to the urban centers, if you will, so that they have access to water. Once you get away from the canals themselves, 100 meters or so, it becomes barren, and you truly see the red planet. As you continue out across, you venture forth toward the end of the first day, or rather midday. Nothing happens, and you finally meet your other crewmen. And who are you?
Oh man.
Oh man. Okay, we're not ready.
Yeah, give me
He's
a
not
minute,
ready.
Give me a minute.
Well,
I haven't even read the thing yet. I don't know who I am.
back this up just a little bit, please.
That's the part of my Esquire in my name. I'm legally insane. I have no idea. who I
Ryder, would
am.
you pull this ship toward you guys? You're heading generally northwest. Head toward me. Okay, and this is. You can push that vessel out in that direction. Okay, and that's you. Okay, put you all on the ship. And then heading towards you, off in the distance, you see another ship approaching you.
Does it look friendly?
It looks like a Martian vessel. You're not very familiar with them. I mean, you just arrived this morning, and off you go into the wild. But you had been reading about them.
I just thought of a better name. Megalodon. It's a really big shark.
Yes. It isn't quite a really big ship, though.
That's a good point.
The HMS.
Minnow it is.
No, well, we have to change it eventually. We haven't even painted it on the ship yet.
There's a ship in front. Man the guns.
I'm a pilot, not a gunner.
None of us are gunners, but we need to use the guns.
Why are we manning guns?
It's Martian.
It's a Martian ship.
Very good point. Why are you manning guns?
Just
Very
in
good
case.
point.
I don't know about the politics. What
Do we live here peacefully with them?
yeah? What's up with the Martians?
Yes. It's kind of like you are colonial oppressors, and this is your colony. And you bought this land for some baubles,
Okay.
and they're about as loyal.
They're savage Indians.
What's that?
Gunnery 4.
So
That's a 4?
Yes.
it's a little
Okay,
different 'cause they
you
have the same tech as
even
us.
though you don't have skill in weapons, a 6 is a 1 is always a hit, and a 6 is always a miss. So like even if you were like totally inept and had like -1 to hit, a 1 is always a hit. Just like in D&D, a 20 is always blah blah blah. Does that make sense?
I think.
So if should you need to, you have on that ship you have a 3-pointer pom-pom on the front, and you have 2 Nordenfelds on either side. The guns that are at the back are actually depictions of Nordenfelds, but those are on the wings instead of on the in the back, if that makes sense. Okay. So you're flying along, and the ship continues to get closer.
You missed that part.
Okay.
You didn't have to sing it.
Thank goodness.
Hey,
It's a lovely song.
And the ship continues to get closer and closer and closer. Everybody roll
Meaning
an
nobody wants to hear me sing
observation
it.
check, which means roll a
Meaning nobody wants to hear me
D6.
sing.
Wow, what the
Have I met them yet? Have I met you guys yet? Not yet?
Not yet. You're not ready.
That's good.
You're still sleeping in the ship.
Okay.
Have you met these guys?
Yeah.
Yes, you all
Oh, I
came
have. Thought I
together.
was sleeping something off. Okay.
You might have been sleeping something off. You missed the old jank spirit.
observation. So
Yes.
What do we roll?
I
Observation.
need to roll a 3 or less with an observation skill of 3
Yes.
Oh, so you're trying to roll under the observation.
at or under your skill.
Yes.
3.
I did it. 5.
Okay. Oh, you have a very high observation then too.
Intellect of 6.
No, but you should have an observation skill.
5.
5? Okay.
Yeah.
Good. So you
Right?
see.
1 less.
Okay, and so the two of you see on the front of this vessel, there appears to be a human strapped to it.
So not good.
Sure does.
Man the guns!
Indeed.
They are not friendly!
I'll get to the control room.
How far away is 1 hex? If we're doing ship battle.
We're not going to get like down into the minutia of ship battle because it's just going to
Okay.
be too time consuming. It's an arbitrary distance, call it 100 yards,
Okay.
If you will.
All right.
You are right now at medium range. Once in about another 3 hexes or so, you guys will be at close range to each other. Does that make sense?
Okay.
If you did read
So
the ship
unless-
battle rules.
So unless you roll a 1, you can't fire the guns?
No,
Like,
you
is that
can
how it
always
works?
fire. You may not
Gotcha.
hit anything unless you roll a 1.
Because there's
Ugh.
Does that make sense?
specific.
So almost
Now, some people
impossible.
have gunnery skill, like your cohort over here. I forget his name.
Lieutenant Griffin.
Lieutenant Griffin
I'm gonna, okay. I'm ready
has
to make
gunnery
mine.
skill, so he can man a cannon, and one of you can be his loader, if you will.
Wait a
If
minute.
you-
You woke up? I didn't even notice you were there.
Captain.
Gentlemen, how about we have a good look at what we're about to shoot before we go ahead and start opening fire?
Oh, we got a good look. They're
am
not friendly to
Lieutenant
humans.
Cornelius Griffin III, Esquire.
You're a lawyer?
I am legally insane. But
At least
that's
you
how
admit
I
it.
get my title.
At least you admit it.
Finally, someone around here is making some sense.
How about we take a good gander at what we have here? And
Do you know how to use
Take a
this
look.
cannon?
of course I know how to use
There's a
it.
man.
Get on and start shooting.
There's a man who looks unconscious or dead, strapped to the front of the ship.
Does anybody know if we should be expecting pirates or anything?
It's
to that
Martian.
effect?
We're in the middle
Is it a
of
human?
It's Martian.
Martians.
And are we at war with the Martians?
Yes.
We're colonizing the Mars.
They're resisting our colonization.
We're trying to bring civilization, and they're resisting. It's a story as old as time.
And who's calling the shots around here?
Well,
We haven't decided that
Guess I'm the captain, but I don't think any of you respect my authority.
Go figure.
And your name? What is your name?
I am Lord Captain Augustus Dunmore of Her Majesty's Royal Navy.
This again.
The ship is getting closer. Is it?
Yes. As you get, they're closing in
Someone
on
starts
each other.
shooting it.
Well, we have a captain. What are the captain's orders?
Man the guns!
Okay, at that
you
point, 3 shots come flying towards you. These large, round, black balls just come hurtling toward the vessel. One slams into the vessel itself. There's my overused sound. And where does it hit, Tom? There we are. It slams into the vessel, and it slams right into the side of the vessel itself. Make a piloting check to maintain control of the vessel.
So you're piloting, okay.
3, I pass.
Okay, so you're successfully passed. You maintain control. Everybody roll a d6 and add your agility score to determine initiative, if you will.
5.
10.
7.
And agility?
Agility. So,
An 8.
they rolled a 6. Okay. Brad, what'd you roll?
7.
Warren is a 7. And Ryan?
5.
5. And Reiner,
10.
Augustus, a 10. You go at the same time as the enemy.
I don't know if it matters, but Teflon Don rolled an 8.
He's going to go at the same time as you. It's just going to get too complicated
Gotcha.
otherwise.
8.
And 8 for... What's your character's first name?
Cornelius.
Cornelius. And 8.
By
Okay,
the way,
so...
it's Brian with a I.
Is it? Have I been spending it that way
R-Y-N?
forever?
That's a
B-R-I,
weird way to
yeah.
spell.
It's okay.
I know.
Because if my mom watches, then she'll be very upset.
By the way, very nice Sean Connery accent.
Thank you, lad. Been working on it all week.
Okay.
All I can do is just a Red October standing by. It's the only time I can do his voice.
Okay, so they fired. Up is Reiner. What do you, or rather, I'm sorry, Augustus.
Augustus Gloop.
That's all I think. Only the ending.
All right.
Into the tunnel, chocolate boy.
So,
Funnel for 2.
Do you guys need more evidence that they're against us?
I think they've made it pretty clear.
I thought I was perfectly happy to ready the guns. It's him that got all wishy-washy about it.
Okay, so you can go ahead and move
He must have
your
forgotten we're
vessel.
on Mars.
Move your vessel 3 hexes, okay? You're driving it, so to speak.
All right.
Okay? And up next is, after Augustus, is the enemy. They fired, rather. Warren, you're up.
Yes. So, is the ship enclosed? Like, how is it like a enclosed, or are we on the top deck? Like, what's going on?
It's a deck.
That's a deck.
Oh no! That's right.
It's right on the TV. It's like a big
So we're
deck.
just on a top deck.
Yeah.
That is a very tiny ship. Okay.
It's not quite to scale. Remember that ship has a total crew of 15 to 20 in the in the rule book.
No, that's what it looks like. This is what it looks like.
Okay. All right. And you said if we were right up next to them, they'd be within 100 yards. Is what you're saying?
If you're right up next to them, they'll be right up next to you.
Yeah.
Where we
I
were,
see. So, but each hex is okay.
Where we
So-
were before was about 100 yards, and that was about 10 hexes away.
No, each hex was about 100. But whatever, it's all
Right.
good.
Okay. All right. I just want to make sure because I can fire much better from one of my guns at 150 yards than I could picking up
Yeah,
one of
they're
those
pretty
cannons.
far right now, but it looks like they're heading towards you.
All right.
Should I turn this one so that it's more in line with the?
Sure.
I guess I'll hop over to somebody already over there. I'll just right by the gun I'm at right there. I'll try to familiarize myself with it because I'm not really out of
Right. If you would turn the vessel so that it's kind of not that vessel. Turn the map of the vessel so that it kind of parallels the other way, so that it parallels your vessel. Does that the model?
Yes.
Does that make sense? So you have an idea where you are in relation to the bad guys.
I'll just scope that out and see if I can figure that out.
I'm listening.
That's it.
Whoa.
I don't like the front of that ship.
Okay, and up next is Cornelius.
Cornelius.
So it looks like we got a front-mounted gun.
Yeah, big one. Big gun on the front and a couple machine guns.
Okay.
Or Gatling guns.
What keeps these things afloat?
Liftwood.
Space magic.
Okay. What keeps them moving forward? There's propellers.
These propellers. They're-
Okay.
They have screw ships. We have
I'm gonna
proper
hop on.
airships.
Which guy am I?
I think you're the army man.
Sure. That looks
Just
like
me?
Yeah, that
Or
looks
that's me?
That's me. The white is me.
Okay. I'm gonna go on that front cannon,
Okay.
and I'm gonna. I don't know what I'm doing, so
Roll
I'm gonna shoot.
D6, and your gunnery skill is 4, right? Actually, I'm sorry. Roll 4d6. Roll 4d6 for
D6.
gunnery.
Wait, we roll a...
Oh, gunnery. 4. Oh, that's what the 4 means? How many dice I roll?
In this case, for gunnery, yes.
Breech loading cannon. Is that the one that I'm on?
Yes. Breech
Okay,
loading
can I have
gun,
a
3-pounder
D6?
pom-pom.
Somebody give me a D6. Ooh, that's heavy. Yeah, I like that.
That's a lucky one.
All right. What am I doing now? I add it up.
Yep, add it up.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
14, you exceeded 8, you hit. Okay, roll the hit location. Roll 1d6. Where you hit them.
1.
1, you hit them right in the hull. The massive round. How do I make a cannon? I don't know how to make a cannon, so. Anyway,
It's all good.
it's all good. Cannish. There we go. Boom. No.
Very
Technology.
anticlimactic.
Very anticlimactic. The cannon, the round smashes, a high explosive round smashes into the side of their vessel. You see shards of wood go splintering and flying away, but still they continue towards you. After Cornelius is Ryan, is Joseph Quinn.
Can I ask how damage works?
With a big gun?
Well,
It does like damage. It's got a hit chart, and then it does
the
damage.
gun does it. Automatically does a set damage.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah. There's really no.
Okay.
So like you're operating a 3-pounder. It does.
So I have 20.
It does 1 hull point of damage to a ship. Now versus a human being, it's going to be exponentially more. Does that
5.
make sense?
Yeah.
3.
So like
Yeah.
if you get a crew hit,
You have 12.
Which would have been another number on the
12
back.
to go on
it
conscious,
would
24
kill a
down.
different amount of.
Yeah.
It would
Okay, wait,
If
hit
you're
the
gonna
crew or hit the
hit-
hull?
if you're
or
I
gonna
hit
guess
the-
I'm marking as 12.
buy an
I mean, I
explosive
guess
round
either
from a
way.
cannon. It's probably
About an hour.
Right, but I mean, is what I roll is what I hit.
Yes.
Got
So you roll to hit, roll where you hit with the big guns.
Got
He
it.
said
Okay,
you do
that
this
as
3
opposed to,
times. Strength endurance
like,
divided by 2.
rifles
Do that
and
3
so forth.
times
Okay.
because you're level
Okay.
3.
Cool.
This is
I
double,
just
whatever that
roll
is.
with it.
is
I
what
know
he
you.
said.
Yeah, I didn't have a chance to read any of it. I'm sorry.
Please.
9 times 3 is...
Too easy.
Well, no, 9 divided by 2.
Okay, that was Cornelius and Joseph.
That felt good.
Joseph Quinn is up.
I will get on this gun right here. I'll ask my associate, Teflon Don, to help me figure out how to fire it. And we'll go for
For
it.
the queen, my friend. For the queen.
Aye, sir.
It can't be that hard.
I think we shove these in here.
I thought of a name. Meganora. It's a giant dragonfly.
I just start firing the gun. I like it.
Okay, well, you gotta have a 3-pounder Nordenfeld. It's by today's standard, an ancient machine gun. You need 5d6, and you need to roll ones.
On all?
Well, not on all.
1,
but
2,
at
3,
each.
4, 5.
Yes.
Just squeeze the
So,
trigger. Squeeze.
it's mounted on this giant metal, conical.
1!
You rolled 1, so you're sitting there. All of a sudden, the gun is blasting away, and you're kind of randomly shooting along, and you see one guy get hit, and he gets to make a save, and he fails miserably. And you see one guy getting blasted. His body gets literally ripped in half by the machine gun.
Atta boy.
I think I got one.
Just squeeze the trigger.
Okay, and
Under your guidance, I was able to pull one up.
I love the smell of Gatling gun.
I think that's cordite.
That was Joseph. Okay, the bad guys are back up. They continue to move towards you. It looks like they're about to ram right up against you. Let's push this like... Just slide it more toward me, if you would, please.
More towards you?
Yes, that paper ship more toward me. There you go. That looks about the
Man, both side Gatling guns.
Okay, these guys run forward. You guys are about 50 yards away from each other right now. These guys charge forward and start shooting away. You see they're shooting what you would call on Earth smoothbore muskets. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm.
Yup.
Okay. The guy's gonna go over there.
Like a bunch of Martians, man.
Huh?
You made a bunch of Martians.
A long time ago in a
Very cool.
galaxy far, far away.
Oh yeah. Nice.
1999. Anyway, okay, and so those guys, when normally in ranged combat you get 4 actions, okay? 4. It's the standard, you have 4 actions, and the potential actions are, where are they, Tom? Here are the potential actions: remain stationary, move, charge, attack, prepare a weapon, reload a weapon, change weapons, dodge, block, special actions. Okay, so the way we're doing it, in the original rules, they do 1 action, everybody at the one time. It's all SIMO, so it doesn't really matter. You're just going to go through all 4 of your actions. If you get to close combat, which is within 10 yards, you use your close combat skill for combat. But then it's whatever your agility is. So if you have an agility of 3, then you don't get 4 actions, you get 3. If you have an agility of 5, you get 5 actions. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. So, but that's in close combat. Outside of close combat, range combat, beyond 10 yards, it's 4 actions. Okay? And it says it's a certain amount of time, but it's really just an arbitrary amount of time. Okay, so those guys with their muskets, they fire away at you guys.
Take cover.
And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 musket shots come flying away, and you recognize these from days of your one shot. And he's firing at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's firing at you. So you need to make a save. Now a save versus a musket shot. You need a 1 to save to not get hit unless you had.
So the agility. I don't know what I use.
I get 2 shots per
You just roll 1 die, 6.
So I could do
it's based upon the weapon that's shooting at you.
Okay.
And you need to
be shooting.
1 die.
Yep.
Regardless, this is regarding
Now, if you
whatever my
had
agility is.
cover, if you had cover or field craft, like he has a very high field craft, if you guys were out in the woods, that would allow you additional save points. Or if you had some kind of cover or concealment, but you're kind of. I'll give you 1 point. I'll give you 1 point of. Let me see. We'll call it. Medium cover because you got a big gun in between you.
Right.
So
it looks
plus
like it has
2. So you need a 3 or lower on a D6 to avoid some damage. Okay. No. Okay. So because lower numbers are better in this game, you take from his musket, smoothbore musket, you take 2 points of damage. I think you are a beast with a strength of 12 or 5. So you have 12. So you take 2 points. So you're down to 10. Does that make sense?
Current wounds. Yep. Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, sure.
And then if you go to 24, you're dead.
But I go to 24?
If you're minus 24.
Oh, minus 24. Okay, gotcha.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
Because you have 24 there.
So that's how much health I have? 24? Or that's double?
So for
That's double.
Okay.
so
I got
current wound, should you write down the number going up?
Whatever works for you, as long as you know.
So 0 is unconscious?
0 is unconscious, correct. And then
Remember,
minus
people.
double your total wounds is dead.
Okay.
Remember, people, if you die, I'll kill you.
Okay, this guy fires away with this large gun at the front. It looks like an ancient, by your standards, an ancient colonial weapon. And he fires. this massive
flips.
gun just sprays it. The round comes out of it and harmlessly ricochets against the side of the vessel itself, doing absolutely no damage. That's the enemy.
Cornelius just flashes
Augustus,
the bullet out.
you're up.
What?
Augustus, you're up.
I was gonna ask you guys if anybody had cigars. Who you bring a cigar for me?
I think he's got him. In his
Me?
bucket. You keep a pack. You're the captain. You must.
Probably.
I was hoping somebody had cigars. I meant to ask.
So, what can I do besides moving the ship?
You can leave it, but if there's anything that happens, like you can stick your head out if you have a weapon. It's you can see what the bridge looks like. There's like an opening there. You can stick yourself around and fire a weapon if you want. You just need to be able to get back to the controls. Well, let me rephrase that. If something happens and you can't get back to the controls,
Everything goes wrong.
nobody's steering the vessel at that point. Does that make sense?
I'm going to stick my head out and shoot them.
Okay, so you have 4 actions. One of your actions is not really a move per se. You kind of stick yourself around and you can fire. And you're firing
A bolt action carbine.
a bolt action carbine. You have 1 shot with that. It's got a magazine of 5. You probably know that. And okay.
I actually didn't find the stats in the rule book.
Okay.
They were hidden somewhere.
Because the rule book wasn't big enough.
Okay, so I roll.
Yeah, you're trying to roll under. At this point, you're not within 10, so you're rolling under your marksmanship skill.
Miss.
Okay. Your shot goes wild, and you've only used 2 of your 4 actions. You can fire again if you want.
I will.
Can you move
Because your rifle
ship
has
around?
a magazine, a 5-round magazine.
What is it?
Avoid impact if you can.
Don't worry, I'm not far from the controls.
We're outnumbered. If they board,
I hit.
Okay, and who are you shooting at?
Whichever one is manning that cannon.
Okay, he gets a save, and he fails. You see this guy go down. He takes a round right in the chest. Actually, no. Would he go down? No, he's not down. But you see him fall backwards. It wasn't a cannon shot. It was It was shot in the chest. There, I think. Wherever he was shot. He's still alive, but he seems to have backed up. Okay, that was your 3rd action. You have 1 more if you want. You can fire again, or you can.
Would going back to the controls count as another action?
No, not really. I mean, you're right there. I'm assuming you're right there inside because it's right near the opening, if that makes sense. It's not a big vessel.
Right. Okay. Is this other one another gunner?
You can shoot at the same guy, too,
I
if
will.
you want.
I will.
Okay, yes, he is another gunner because the weapon takes more than 1 guy.
That's a hit.
Okay, roll, and he gets a save, and he fails miserably, and that time he takes another. And that weapon takes bolt action carbine does for 2 points of damage, so he's taken 4 points, and he seems to go down at that point. Nice. Okay, and that would be your round. That's Augustus, followed by Warren. You're up.
Yes.
man, that Gatling. No.
So I blast this foolish weapon, and I'm gonna duck around to the left and kind of use that as cover and turn around, and I'm gonna sling out my.
I'll call it medium cover because you got to. Okay. Actually, hard cover. You got hard cover at that point.
So wait, is it just 4 or is it your agility score for number of moves?
I'm sorry.
Right now, just 4.
For the number of actions, it's just 4.
Yes, until you're in close combat.
Okay. All right. I was okay because my agility score is higher than 4, so I was just wondering.
Yeah, when you're in close combat, when you're within 10 yards,
How do I know what weapon I have?
10 hexes.
Oh, breach.
Yeah.
Then you're getting
Oh,
really
you
close.
didn't
We're good.
do
We're
your
on the board.
wealth and your
And I guess
have no
taking
idea.
out preparing
Okay,
a
I've
weapon
done
as an
that.
action.
wealth
What does that
is
mean?
2d6.
Yes.
So that's just branded
you're middle
pulling
class.
out. So I will
So that's
prepare
times-
my.
Okay, so you
one.
moved, you prepared, and you can shoot if you want. You're
Yeah,
you have
I-
minus
does he have
1
a
because of
social
the
of
move,
1?
but that's not that
His social is 3.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I'm gonna
nice.
fire
That's
my
10 or
heavy
something
double
like
rifle, which has 2 shots.
Okay.
What do I do?
You roll 2d6, so that each one is one action, and that will use up your 4.
Well, it says it has 2 shots per action.
Oh, okay, great.
So I'm firing both as one action.
Okay, cool.
So that's still 2?
Yep.
And what am I rolling under?
You're rolling under your -1 because of the move, under your marksmanship skill.
All right, well, 6 always fails, so I hit 1.
Okay, and he gets a save. A save, I believe it's a
2
1.
dice times 50.
And he
So what
fails
did you roll?
miserably. Who were you shooting at?
7 times 50, so that's 350 pounds.
Let's say...
Personal wealth.
I wanted to hit somebody on a cannon, I guess.
Okay.
So basically, you can buy
and then
whatever
from
you want.
there,
Just this guy right here, I guess.
buy a number of items.
Okay, he's still up.
He took 4 damage.
Ouch! 4.
Ouch!
Ouch!
It is the biggest gun they got.
Ouch!
Starting there.
What kind of weaponry are you
And,
skilled in?
and weapons are further along.
For my 4th action,
He's still up, but he's like, you hit him in the, it's grazed the side of his head. There's like blood gushing from the side of his skull. Okay? And for your
with my
action-
4th action, I will reload 1 shot back into the double.
Okay,
And I can
that's
buy
yourself.
with
That's
whatever
complete.
money I have,
That's Warren. Cornelius, you're up.
Okay.
all of this.
All right.
I was brought down with.
Okay. I don't have any weapons and stuff like that yet, so.
I know. It
okay.
was kind of last minute.
Yeah, no. All right.
But you have a 3-pounder weapon there with you, right?
You mean the cannon that I'm on?
Cannon. You don't have to stay on it.
So, okay, so it's how many actions? I have 3 more actions, you said? Is that how that works? Like
Yeah, but you're operating this cannon by yourself, so you're having to kind of load it and so forth, unless somebody's going to jump on there and help you out. So you're basically going to get off 1 shot around, if you will. Does that make sense?
Right.
1 shot of extreme damage.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, it's a pretty powerful one. I mean, you're operating.
I'm gonna reload it and then take a shot.
Okay, fire away, and you're rolling under your gunnery skill.
I think you roll 1 first.
I thought he said that I roll 4.
Oh, I'm sorry. In this case, for gunnery, I'm sorry, my bad. Roll 4d6, and you're at close range at this point.
6, 11, 12, 13, 14.
You a solid hit. Roll
Now I roll
1d6 and
1d6.
add 1 to the die roll.
3, 4.
4. You hit. The round slams into the side of the vessel, seems to like disappear inside of it, and then all of a sudden you see what appears to be a large section in the middle start to explode. It appears as though you would hit some type of magazine or something like that.
Yes.
Some type of ammunition bunker. 2 guys go flying off, and tumbling down to the earth below. Their arms flailing about as they descend.
Good shot, Sean.
Fine shooting!
That's the spot.
Okay.
And I would have one more. I would have one more action, right? Reload, fire, and then reload.
Sure. Okay.
I'm just gonna reload.
Okay.
Just reload.
Okay. And that's Cornelius. Joseph, Quinn, you're up.
Okay. So
Next round,
just to recap,
2 shots.
if I shoot with my rifle, what do I roll?
You roll at this time under your marksmanship skill.
So I don't roll multiple dice, just 1 under.
1 per shot.
Okay.
Okay.
What kind of weapon are you shooting?
It's a lever action carbine.
A lever action carbine. So you get 2 shots per action.
Yeah, so it would be
So
2 dice every time under your marksmanship.
Yes. Now that lever
Okay.
action carbine has 6 rounds in the magazine, so you could literally fire twice. You fire 2 shots, 2 shots, 2 shots, and then reload as long as you're not doing anything else.
Okay, yeah, because I have it written down. Yeah, okay.
Does
So
that make sense?
Yeah, 6 shots in the mag, 2 shots per action. I got you.
Yep. Because that's it's a lever. It's like one of those.
So if I use 1, 2, 3. Maybe I will use. I think I'll use 1 action to kind of join him in the cab, like I use the wall as cover,
Okay.
and then I will take 2 actions to shoot, or just 3. Just shoot everything and reload later.
That's your prerogative.
1, 2. We'll just do 3 actions shoot the whole magazine.
Okay, who are you shooting at?
Should I roll separately and just pick, or?
I'll let you do each action one at a time. How's that?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So 1 hit.
Okay, and who's that on?
That'll just be on the guy right in with that big staff. Why not?
This guy right here? He's
Yeah.
got a pike in front of him, okay? He's still up. He's like, ah! You hit him in the right hand. You see some of the blood spewing off his hand itself.
All right. Take another action.
2 points of damage on that weapon, correct? Yep.
I think so.
Yep.
Okay.
2 hits.
Ow! Same guy?
Well, yeah.
Okay.
Why not?
Take out the
so 2
gunners.
saving throws.
Leave them defenseless.
Fail. You see him, he takes one round, another round in the right hand. His right hand gets blown off. He's reaching for it with his left arm, and his left arm, literally, as he's reaching for it, it severs the bone, and his arm just flops about, and you see blood spewing out all over the place, and he flops over.
Very unsporting. Shoot them in the head.
Make it quick. So you're saying to make it
And-
quick?
I'll do one more shot at that guy with the gun right there. 2 hits.
Okay, and 2 saving throws,
a
1
machine
save, 1 fail.
I'm a gunner
the guy
guy.
on the front near with the gun, the musket.
That would be allowed.
Okay,
It's in there.
and
And it's also
he's still up,
military
and you
hardware.
hit him.
I'm in the army.
Another headshot.
Just
A
asking
little bit of
Yeah,
blood is
before-
like,
I'm gonna write down
like
if
grazed
he
the side of his
disagrees with it,
skull.
then it's
You see a chunk of his pointed ear goes flying off. Okay, after
What
Kill
about-
him already.
What about Teflon Dawn?
Teflon Don.
I was looking for like if they had like
Teflon
a mortar.
Dawn. He is
I'm not
not.
gonna be able to
He is
carry
not
that
as good
around.
with a rifle, but
Why not? Mortar.
what's the range of a double-barrel shotgun?
Your double-barreled shotgun.
What is the numbers on that?
On what?
Double-barrel
Heavy
shotgun.
double rifle. Double. I was just looking at
12
shotgun.
gauge or 20?
double.
You don't have to buy nothing but
30,
guns
30
too.
So 221.
range,
You
221.
can. You might want to save some of your
you're-
money for other stuff. Too.
Yeah, no, that's all I'm buying.
221.
Where is?
All right, so then
the
he is just
range
gonna
on it?
take.
You're just over,
The stats
just
aren't
outside
here,
of close
like I
combat,
said.
but inside 100 yards.
How do
Makes
they know
sense.
what the stats
All right,
are?
so he'll take one action to shoot,
he
one
has
action to
something, and he
reload,
has
one
a
action to
table.
shoot.
Okay, fire
Brad,
away.
where's the table?
Page.
Miss and a miss,
It's on.
and then he reloads and fires again, and miss and a miss.
I know where it is.
So all misses.
Yeah.
It's way in the back.
Shotgun shells, rounds, buckshot just flying all over the place.
And then I'll just have him reload for his 4th action.
Okay, that was Cornelius. Rather, that was Joseph Quinn. And the enemy is back up again. This guy was wounded. So he's at minuses. These two were not wounded. This guy
Right, it's right
runs
here.
forward and starts loading the gun. This
should
guy, badly wounded, gets back up.
One more.
Here we are.
Okay, and those two.
put a little
Now
bookmark
muskets,
there, bro.
muskets. These are ancient weapons. So these guys are. He's reload. Actually, no. What am I saying? They can reload. They can fire one time. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shots come flying out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Miserable. Miserable.
Put a slot with wings in the chat.
Armor.
So,
yeah.
on.
For example, I have a
Does that
kit.
make
Makes
sense?
it one.
Yes, it
Doesn't
gives you
seem like it.
gives you bonus to the
Did he
saves.
do that already?
2 people did that?
No, it gives you bonus to
Just one.
saves.
Oh, it's a
No, so I
It's
haven't been getting
like
to
an
use
angel
that bonus
sloth.
on the
No.
I'm sorry if we're going too slow.
What is it?
Somebody posted a sloth with wings in the chat. Like it's
What does that mean?
I don't know.
We're boring.
Maybe we're going too. This is our first time playing this game.
Yeah, it's our first. If you're watching, this is our first time playing this. Come on, man.
I like it though. Sloths are cool.
Okay, and
about
Warren, make a save. You've got hard cover though, so +3, so a 4 or lower. And the other one is going to be on 1 again on save.
What?
Make a save 4 or lower. Somebody shot at you.
How many?
1 die. 1 die. Roll a 4 or lower. Okay, this round, you're standing there against the side of the ship. This round comes, impacts the side of the vessel itself. Seems to ricochet off, just barely misses you.
I don't even blink.
You don't even blink. Okay, and what is your guy's name? Cornelius, make a save. Another round comes flying at you.
Okay.
Make a save 1d6 and beat a 3 or lower.
There's like
6, you fail, and you take another round, hits you. Ah! You just got hit with a musket ball. You take 2 points of damage. Okay, and these guys are, he's reloading the cannon. This cannon up here, these guys fired this cannon across in that direction. Miserable shot. A 6, definite miss. This large cannonball goes flying straight over the bow of the vessel. Okay, that's the bad guys. And Augustus, you're up.
All right. What?
Nothing.
Are you making fun of me?
Yes.
At least you're honest about it. But we'll be having words about it later.
I duck out and then I try to take another few shots at, with my carbine.
Okay, you come around the edge. You're not really moving per se, so you're not getting the minus on the move. You're just kind of coming around the edge, using the cover. Fire away.
Okay.
Did you reload? You fired? Did you reload at the end of the?
I didn't. I still have a couple in my magazine.
Okay, so you have a bolt action
Carbine.
A bolt action carbine Lee Metford. So you have eight rounds in that magazine, correct? Okay,
Right.
cool. And you're firing 1 at a time, 1 shot
Yes.
at a time. Okay. Okay, yeah, you should have plenty of rounds. Keep track though. So when you have to reload.
So this will be my 4th. Miserable miss.
Okay.
5th. 1.
You hit. Okay, and he has to make a save, and he failed. Who were you shooting at?
The gunner again.
The gunner again. Okay, this time he had gotten back up, and I believe that's the. No, that guy is. That you had shot at this one before, and he had
Yes.
gotten back up. Is that the same one you were
Yes.
shooting at? Okay, this time he got back up. Fool that he was, and the round hits him in the chest. What's the caliber of a Lee Metford?
Oh, you're asking the wrong person.
What's anybody see Breaker Morant? What rule did you use to execute those enemies? I used 3-on-3. The 3-on-3 round slams into his chest, ripping him apart. Okay.
All right, and I believe I have 1 more shot, one more action. And I will be aiming at
This
one
is
of the
your
musketmen.
8th shot? Or
My 6th.
6th shot. Okay, there's 8 rounds in that magazine.
I'm aiming at one of the musketmen.
Okay.
3.
You hit, and he needs a save, and he fails miserably. Which one?
One in the front.
The one at the front, and he has been unscathed, I believe. Okay.
No, I took a piece of his head off.
Oh, you did? Oh, is that the guy? Same guy? Okay, there. Okay, yes.
The ear.
Okay, so he's still up, but he's like bleeding, and this time you hit him right in the chest. There's like spurt of blood shoots in out the front and out the back. Anything else?
These damn Martians
Nope,
are too
that's-
resilient.
That's all my actions. So I go. So I hurry back to the cockpit in case they just actually manage to hit us. though I giggle to myself at that notion.
Okay, Warren, you're up.
You know,
Cornelius, you're on
this
deck.
cockpit's made out of paper mache.
With my first action,
No,
I
it's metal and wood. It's
pop the
perfect.
second shot into my heavy double rifle, the Matilda, and I snap it up. I fire 2 shots at the same guy. They both hit.
Right.
Which guy is this?
This folk right there.
Okay.
So 4 damage apiece. That's 8 damage total. Oh, on top of 4 already.
He gets blasted apart, and he falls down. The rounds hit him in the right arm, ripping his right arm off. And somehow, amazingly, when his right arm got ripped off, he's flipped up into the air and shot his left foot off.
Awesome. My aim isn't what I thought it was, I guess. Old age. And then I spend my last 2 actions
Reloading again, and then I'm ready for my next shot.
Okay. That was Warren. Cornelius, you're up. Joseph, you're on deck.
All right. Say we give another shot at that ship there with this cannon.
Less talking, more doing.
Can I take this? Is that right?
Sure. No.
Blows away.
2, 7, 8,
Oh no, this ship is
9,
flying
10,
away.
13, 14.
14. Direct hit. Roll hit location. And add 1 to the die roll.
It's a 3.
3. Crew. Ooh. 1d6.
Me?
Yes,
Roll 1d6.
please.
What?
5.
5. This shot like explodes in the center. Where are you shooting it?
I'm gonna shoot. Oh, do I really get to choose now?
Right through the group of them.
I'll shoot
Okay.
in the back.
These 5 guys all suddenly go down.
Was one of them the captain?
Yeah, it doesn't mean they're dead right away, but
Well, I'm
some
just
of them
thinking
look.
in terms of who's steering the ship right now.
Yes, well, it's hard. I mean, this is all really, really quick.
It's a Martian ship.
And so this shell explodes. This high explosive round explodes up on top of the deck,
Some dude
scoring a
underneath.
critical hit and blasting away a whole bunch of the troops
remote
up on
controlled.
top of
I'm
the deck
gonna
itself.
reload,
Okay.
pop another shell in
Start
there.
surveying the
My
ground.
second action, third action, I'm gonna fire again.
Okay, fire away.
Let's go.
Take them all out.
19, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16.
You hit. Roll another d6 plus 1.
6, 7.
Roll a 2d6 for an extreme critical.
3 for 5.
5 trim damage. The vessel you hit. There's a whole bunch of lifters. These what looks like
I love that he's just
level
ripping it apart.
blinds on the bottom of this vessel
Big gun.
that are made out of something called liftwood.
Right.
That, when properly configured, allow the vessel to float, and they have to be constantly adjusted so that it allows it to maintain trim. Its balance right and left, fore and aft. You slammed into those blinds. A whole bunch of them went shattering and exploding. The vessel plummets approximately 10 to 20 yards below you toward the earth as it starts to rock sideways and plummet downward.
I think they're doomed.
Okay, you see somebody scrambling in the last moment toward what looked like the bridge
This,
location.
my friends, is what we call a turkey shoot.
Okay,
I don't think it's even going to be that. I think that it's just going to crash.
that was Cornelius. Joseph, you're up, and the enemy is on deck.
Oh, hi.
All right. Did the ship go down? Or is it
It's
going down?
descending. It's like descending and like this.
So it is going down.
Yes, you guys are up in the air, flying along.
Well, I'll take 2 actions to reload.
Okay.
Fill that magazine back up. And
Okay, they're down below you now, so you'd actually have to go to the edge of the
Yeah.
ship and shoot over the. Does that make sense?
yeah.
You guys are like, it's kind of more like they're like this, and you guys are kind of like this. Does that make sense? I'm not sure I can.
Did we hit the starboard or the port?
Well, they're descending like this right now because you shot them in the left-hand side, in the port side, their port side. Does that make sense?
Right.
Where
Yeah, I
you're,
guess I'll move. Why not?
they're port,
Take a
you
shot
guys
on
are
them,
port
right?
to port.
Do what you're gonna do.
All right, yeah, so I'll move to the edge and take 1 shot.
Okay.
Both misses. And that is that.
Okay, and
And then he'll
NPC?
just... What?
NPC.
Yeah, he'll just lean over the edge and use a shotgun.
Fire away. Okay.
He already reloaded.
Yeah, it's going to be long range, but go for it anyway.
How far are they now?
So I mean, because they're descending. They're about, I think, I said 10 to 20
Miss.
yards below you.
Reload
A 6. I mean,
Miss.
a 1 always hits, but
and reload.
okay.
He's good.
So they're starting to descend and fall away. That was Quinn and his cohort. Joseph, you're up. The enemy's on deck, right? I'm sorry, that was Joseph. The enemy's up. Okay, he's gonna try and regain. He's got to try and regain control of that aircraft. Moderate. 8. No, he fails. You see the vessel continue to start to roll toward its starboard side, and as it starts to tilt and starts to roll over this way. Everybody, all of these troops seem unconcerned with your presence at the moment. Then they're running to grab hold of the edge of the vessel, much like watching the Titanic go down, naively thinking that holding onto the edge of it is going to make a difference. Somehow, when the ground reaches up and greets you. Okay, that's what they're doing. They're in a panic on board. Augustus, you're up.
Captain, follow him down.
Can I bring us into a controlled descent to follow them?
Roll your pilot skill in D6. So whatever your roll, if your pilot skill is
And don't kill us.
46, roll 46 and tell me what you roll. It's an easy target.
That is a 4.
I think he said 4d6.
Yeah, that's cool.
Oh, 4d6?
Yeah, okay, yep, roll 46. You're in this case because it's a task as opposed
Okay, so I got a 4, a 1, a 6, and a 5.
Okay, so what's your total?
4, 1, 6, 5, that is 16.
16. You have no problem. You're diving the vessel down. You can actually almost spiral it down with how good you are with it. And you kind of dive down around with them. You're back down to the same altitude they are. And but you're staying on their side. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay, so
Give
that's
us a shot, Captain.
Okay, that's where you are. And Warren, you are up. Cornelius, you're on deck.
So is that how they're configured still? Is there one guy going for the?
They're probably some of these guys probably have either slid off. You probably see a couple bodies having slid.
Is there anybody going for the controls?
This guy, you see this guy trying to regain control of the vessel.
I'm gonna shoot
does
him.
not look like he's out. These guys are hanging on to the edge. Does that make sense?
Yes.
These guys who were all wounded kind of slid off and tumbled off the sides. You hear muffled screams in the distance.
All right, I'm gonna shoot him.
Okay. You guys are level with him, so it's you're just outside of close combat range, but inside of close range.
Okay.
So no minuses.
Oh, okay. That is 2 hits.
Okay, he gets 2 saves. 1 save. He's still up.
So that's 4 damage.
4 damage. Holy cow.
That's the big gun. It's Matilda.
Okay.
So with my next 2 actions, I'll pop 2 more in the chambers, and I'll fire again.
Okay.
That's 2 more hits.
Oh, 2 more hits, and he has 1 save, 1 fail, and 4 more.
4 more.
He's clearly a leader-like character, and this time you hit him in the first one was the right arm. You see his right arm get pieces of it fly off. His left arm, piece of it shatters the bone, and he's sitting there spazzing about, trying to use his elbows to control the vessel.
Good luck, shot.
Okay, anything else?
I have to give them this. They are quite valorous.
Okay,
at least they
that
try
was-
to be.
That was
Surprised with the natives.
Warren. Cornelius, you're up, and Joseph, you're on deck.
I'm gonna reload, pop another round in the chamber, and I'm gonna really focused, slow down time, really focused, pull that trigger.
Okay.
For another
Okay.
shot.
If you use 1 extra action to aim, I'll give you a +1 on the hit location if you hit.
Plus
If
one
you
on the
hit.
hit location.
If you hit. Okay. Roll to hit.
I'll use my extra action.
Sure. Okay. Roll to hit.
Oh, how did I do that? I'll roll that again. Oh, minus
Doesn't matter.
7, 9, 10,
14,
11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
15. You hit. The shot slams into the vessel. Roll the hit location. Add 2.
6, 7, 8.
Cool. You rolled 2d6. Another extreme critical hit.
4, 6.
6. The rudder itself, you see the back rudder on somehow surprisingly your round slams into the back rudder. It just like blows the whole rudder off of the vessel. It can't turn at all. As he's diving and rolling toward the ground, he has absolutely no directional control over the vessel anymore, if that makes any sense.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Anything else?
That's it.
Okay, that was Cornelius.
Captain, see it to its
Joseph, you're
I'll
out.
make sure to
And
keep
the
us
enemy is
level.
on deck.
All right. I will just watch as they crash and burn.
Okay, so you're watching.
And reload my
The
round.
bad guy, you're reloading. The bad guy, he's got an impossible task to try and regain control of this vessel. And he fails miserably with his minuses and his 2
no
missing
hands.
arms. And the vessel slams into the ground. You see the whole thing kind of slam onto its side. Bodies go flying off, splinters of the vessel going flying in all directions.
Good work, troops.
A fine victory.
Yes, well fought.
So what are you guys doing?
Should we go down and investigate or continue moving?
I agree. Captain, can we land this vessel here?
I think so. If we can find out how they strapped that man to the bow, then we might be able to figure out what's going on with this.
Yes, I forgot about that.
Okay, so you make your way. You make your
not
way.
anymore.
Huh? You make your way down to the vessel itself.
Oh no.
No. You make your way down to the vessel, and where do you go at the bottom of the vessel?
Set up a perimeter.
There's 5 of us.
There's 5 of you.
This way looks clear.
And then when we all live, you're gonna thank me for setting up a perimeter.
I'm hopping on the. Well, I wanted to go collect a trophy from one of the bodies. Is what I wanted to do.
I'm not stepping off the ship. I'm gonna man one of those Gatling guns on the side and keep cover over everyone while they go and I guess they're getting off the ship and
I'm staying with the ship to be near the controls to ensure that we have
so
a
you
quick
have-
getaway.
so it's up to you two.
Yes.
I'll cover you.
I will. Yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna
patrolling.
go take a look at the ship.
Okay.
Ah, my lovely Meganura. The ship. I've named it the Meganura. It's an ancient kind of dragonfly, over 2 feet across.
I think we should name it the HMS Indecisive.
Okay, so you're examining the vessel yourself. Everyone roll an observation check.
So what do you do?
That's
Just roll one die?
right?
Yes, 1
Plus what?
die. Just
Roll for
you
your roll your
natural.
your
Roll
observation.
Got it.
But then you add the 1, or that's how many die you roll?
you're trying to roll.
You're trying
under
to
that.
You're trying to roll that number or more.
Observation under.
Very simple.
Okay.
I got a natural 1.
Believe it or
Okay. Okay, so
That
and
number or lower.
okay.
Success. It's the second column right under intellect.
Yeah, I don't see anything.
Oh, you're sitting down.
You're walking around with your
Take your
sunglasses on.
off.
It is not.
Good shoot. Yeah. Or whatever you say. Okay, you notice on the Martians that they have on their upper arms a worm-like tattoo wrapped around their arms itself.
Curiouser and curiouser.
Anything else of note about them? Like, are they pretty much just they look what they look like, or
Are there any survivors?
That's what they look like. There you go up, you find the one lead. Where are you looking?
Oh, I'm kind of yelling down to them. I'm not looking. I'm on the ship still because I'm at the gun.
Okay.
And
I'm
I'm-
yelling down to them.
So you guys are on the vessel. You're not actually
Yes,
on
but
the
I have
ground.
binoculars.
Well, they are, right? You guys go down to the vessel?
I have.
So you
I'm watching with
climb down a
binoculars.
set of rigging, you get out on the ground and you look around and you're walking around. There are bodies littering on the ground. You notice that outside of the hull, more bodies tumbled out. If you can see, it had like a lower deck to it, kind of. And more bodies had tumbled out of the inside where they were operating the crank screws that were manually operated.
If you can see on there.
Yep. And then, where else do you look?
I'm gonna take a look just inside one of the giant holes from the hull of the ship.
Okay, you look inside. You see something shiny.
Ooh, I will investigate this shiny item.
Okay, you go in, you investigate the shiny item. It looks like a chest of gold had broken open.
I will definitely take that chest of gold.
You don't think you can lift it by yourself.
Teflon Don, get over here.
Between the two of you, you kind of lift it up. A couple bodies look up.
It must be for turkey.
Do I understand?
They sound like Turkish prostitutes.
Do I understand that?
Turkish prostitutes.
Do I understand?
I don't know.
Watch tomorrow night and you'll know exactly what we're talking about.
Do you speak Martian?
Yes.
Help.
I speak the two most common.
You help me. Help
Anything in the chat?
me.
I'll tell him help is on the way and shoot him.
And he dies. Okay?
I'm going to say take a prisoner.
We don't have time for that.
We're sneering
looking for-
imperialists. What do you expect?
Looking for the leader.
Okay, you go.
Should I go?
You're on the ground. Who's on the ground?
Them.
And
the henchmen.
Teflondo.
Okay, and you guys, you went
Teflon.
into the hole on the port side. You're going back to the
Where I last
stern
saw the
deck.
So we've
where I
got
last saw the leader.
Okay,
The one
so you go
who's
back to the
on
stern deck,
shuttle.
and on the deck you see a man. His both arms have been completely blown off at the bones, and clearly he's slowly bleeding to death. You can see blood gushing out of the lower parts of his arms as he speaks. You speak Martian?
No, I speak English and a little bit of Zulu.
Zulu, very
From
cool.
Africa, yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah. I went with character-based rather than practical.
Very cool.
Do I overhear them?
I think
I don't
you're
know where he
a
went.
little bit far away at this point.
So I'm going to say to him, I'm sorry for what I did. I was aiming for your head. And I'm going to see how he reacts, I guess. And then, if nothing else, I'm probably going to just pull out my revolver and pop him in the head.
Of you in British will die.
Alex Quartermain.
Pretty much, yeah.
Right. Well, I was going to give you a quick, easy death, but you can sit there.
So the Martians, do they
He
have like
slowly starts to bleed out.
do they have like fins or like pointed teeth or something that will look cool as a trophy?
They have
Like
very
hanging up on the wall.
distinct ears that are kind of like fish-like ears.
Oh, I'm gonna.
They don't have fangs.
They're very much like orange humans with pointy ears.
I'll take his ears then. While he's still alive. I'm
But
gonna
they're like
pull out-
multiple points. They're like they're like
Fins.
one.
Yeah, like fins.
Yeah.
Like
Yes.
like from the Black Lagoon, I guess, or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Except they're on orange humans with mohawks, blue mohawks.
Oh, there's a blue mohawk too. Is it a fin or hair?
Oh, it's hair, I think. I mean, if I recall correctly from the last time I looked at this stuff.
I'm going to, while he's still alive, I hope, I'm going to pull out my knife and cut off his ears.
Okay.
And then keep them... It didn't have to be this way, friend.
And I cut his ears off. That's pretty
When
dark.
the other Martians.
Like this is a very happy campaign.
when the other,
Yeah, we're playing imperialists.
Does he have
when the
does
other
he
Martians
have anything
stumble
else of
upon
note
this.
on him? Like is he wearing that coat? Is that the coat he's wearing?
No, he's not. I'm sorry, you're going someplace else.
Oh, okay.
Okay. He's got a large, great sword. He has what looks like golden bracers on, if you will. Those would probably be fairly from a collectible.
I want both. I want the bracers and the sword.
They're very easy to slide off because the front part of his arms are missing.
Right. So it's just like pop off the nubs.
Yes. It's
Okay.
just-
And then I'll like rifle through his stuff and
Okay.
see if he has anything fun on him.
You find some. He has like a silk sash that looks like some type of material you've never noted before, and he does have a pouch on him with what appears to be some type of gold, but it's a slightly different kind of gold than you recognize from Earth.
So you said a pouch of gold.
Yes, and it looks like a sash of some kind of special mark.
Different.
You roll an intellect check. Roll your intelligence dash or lower.
No.
Okay, you have no clue.
I'm gonna hop down and make my way towards the bow of the.
Okay, you make your way toward the bow of the vessel. You see a human being strapped to the bow of the vessel itself.
I'm gonna take out my knife and cut him down.
You cut him down.
Check if he's alive.
Probably should have done that first.
He was waiting for you to go first.
Are you German?
Even I heard that from the ship. I was like, I think that he might be.
Freaking Germans are even on Mars. I can't get away from them.
So are the French and the Spaniards and the Russians.
Friend.
Ich heiße Ernst.
He is German.
Now
I knew it. He wasn't German out.
Now he's German.
Oh, he's even.
Aber,
He's got blood.
Unser Seele ist das?
English.
You speak German?
No, I don't pick any languages, so I'm going with English.
Die sind so helfen. Sie haben uns angegriffen.
English or I can't help you.
Bitte sag, Sophia. Ja.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
It's your blood.
Ja.
Okay.
Doch ich sehe unsere Liebe. Haben würden Sie im Geld in Deutschland wieder steifen? Ja.
English.
Something about Sophia in Germany.
I'm gonna start checking his pockets before he's dead.
How many
Like
languages
his
can we
jacket. I'm
take?
gonna go look right rifle through his jacket. see if I
However
can
much
get a name or
your
something out of him.
linguistics is.
You find his name is Captain Ernst.
Okay.
How high is your
Okay.
linguistics?
Captain Ernst.
I don't know what it
Is
is.
he still alive?
He's still alive.
Wait, if you don't
I'm
have any
gonna say,
skills in it, it's
stay
not.
with me. I don't know if I have any.
Crap out of my mouth.
I'm gonna when he hands me the thing, I'm gonna say, "Oh, thank you." I'm gonna use it to blotch my wound that I have.
The way linguistics works was you get one native that you just know,
Yeah, that would be
then-
English.
and then for every
What happened?
linguistic score, you get you pick another one.
And primary would be
Primary would be the one you're extremely proficient in. Same thing like if you pick a cascading skill.
right. So primary would still be English.
Well, you wouldn't pick a primary because your native's English. If you had a 1 in linguistics, you pick a primary. I have a 2,
I don't
so
have
I
anything
picked
for
a
medicine. What
primary,
does that
and then
mean?
the others would just be half your skill.
Means I
So
can't
you're
do
like,
any medicine.
you kind of understand it.
Right.
So if I don't have any number for medicine, that means I can't do any medicine. Like I can't do any.
Well, you can always try.
Okay. All right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You're just not like skilled.
Okay. I'm gonna cut him down. I'm gonna try to. Oh, you're not here, so I should probably wait. I should wait. Golden Monkey Tees. Since we're all sitting here, go get yourself a 7-sided die T-shirt. Subscribe to YouTube.
And I'm assuming
Subscribe to Instagram.
I see him cutting
Get to the chopper.
cutting this guy down
Okay.
since I'm right there.
Yeah, I'm gonna cut him down. I'm gonna try to like.
Do you have any other
stabilize
languages?
him? If I can.
Roll a d6.
I didn't know if he was going to classify
Oh,
all
you
of
managed to
Martians into
stabilize
Yeah.
him. Holy
So I just
cow,
picked two
very-
Martian languages.
He's like,
Parhooni and Nagaryani. One is spoken like 30 different cities, and the other
You're
one's
welcome.
like 20 cities. I'm like,
I'm
I
gonna,
should cover
gonna
it.
take you on board.
I cheated because he
I'm gonna
mentioned
get you
the
help.
city we were going to be in. So I wrote down. I wrote down
You
the language
soldier?
they speak there.
yeah.
Okay.
Look at that. Going on Parhoon. Look at you. I went onto the wiki. And it showed all the languages by
Okay.
city, and it
I'm
was
gonna,
like
I'm gonna
Parhooni's like
bring
30
him up on
cities.
board.
So I'm like, oh,
Okay.
that covers a lot.
So you bring him up on board the vessel. He is stable.
Okay. I stabilized him.
Woo!
There
Took some
seems.
gunpowder and I put it in there and I lit it on
You
fire.
saved the Nazi. Yes.
See, you guys kill me.
Seriously.
This was way before then. This was before
50
World War
years.
Fair
Like 40 years before
He's
that.
German. All Germans are evil. They're all Nazis.
The Nazis didn't even exist.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, so you make an observation check.
Okay, I don't have.
Roll 1d6. Roll under your observation skill.
Oh, that's not ever gonna happen. I got a
Roll.
1.
Okay. Huh?
I have a 1 for
What'd
the
you roll?
observation skill. I rolled a 4.
4. Okay, so you don't notice anything. Okay, good enough.
I'm there too.
Okay, so you roll an observation check.
But I did check him. Like I checked his pockets and all that stuff. Like,
That was a 6.
6. You don't notice anything. Okay.
or is that observation counted towards me searching him? Because I was searching him and I was checking for his name.
I'll let
or
you make
wallet
another
or-
roll.
Oh, really? Okay.
He really wants you to figure this out.
No, I don't.
I'm not gonna.
I'm just
I'm not
trying
gonna
to
roll
reason.
1. That's a 2.
Okay, 2. 1 plus your skill. 1. Okay, so you see
Oh
that.
no! When I add my observation.
Well, in
I'm
this
so
case you are.
confused.
In this case, you are. It's kind of the DM prerogative.
So then I rolled a 2. Then then and I have an observation 1.
Okay, so you still fail. Disregard.
Oh.
Okay.
Should have saw it when I
The
first started the campaign.
so you get him back up onto the
get there
deck
again.
itself. You have the handkerchief that he handed you. That's blood soaked at this point. What else are you guys doing?
Anybody speak German?
I'm going to go around the bow to the bodies, and I'm just going to try and keep an eye out for anything that I could probably sell or stuff people may want.
Okay,
I don't have any linguistic skills.
you manage to find. You go into the hold itself, and where the round had impacted, you find a huge mound of black powder that wasn't consumed in that one explosion. It's not the best quality black powder, but you know that it's black powder. It's probably almost like 500 pounds remaining.
All right.
But you would need to like
I'll have
scoop it up.
I'll
and
have Teflon Don carry as much as he can.
Okay.
What's your
He's
guy's
like,
name?
Joseph Quinn. Or I'll look around maybe for a container since we don't have it.
Yeah, you
Maybe
see
something
some
survived.
water barrels inside. You
Okay.
could probably dump them out.
I'll dump that out. Start
He's
filling
like-
them up.
And he starts wiping down the inside to dry it out as best as possible, and then puts it in. So you manage to recover. Roll percentile die, or rather, if you have percentile die. Yeah.
37.
37. So you recover, call it 40% of it, so 500. So you recover
God.
200 pounds of Martian black powder. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Just put the under your coat.
Captain.
Well, I would assume I
Captain,
get trips.
Don't you think that perhaps we should make sure that none of their other Martian friends find this vessel? You think maybe we should burn it?
That might be prudent.
I do have dynamite.
Well, they're all doing that. I'm gonna grab 2. You said they have muskets.
To light the black powder
Muskets.
on fire.
If there's any left.
So there is some left because he
think
only took
we-
200. There was
I got
like
enough. I got
we
enough
don't
of
know
it. We
that.
can ignite it. Let's do it.
I'm gonna take 2 muskets from the Martians.
All right.
And enough.
Let's
I mean,
for
I can only move
journey.
several pounds at a time anyway with my resources. So I don't need
Yeah,
more.
so
Say that
luckily
again.
our
What
ship
part?
can carry
2
more than
muskets.
enough.
Okay.
A couple, I think
Okay,
like a ton or 2.
My bad. So among the Martians also you
Well,
find
my means of transportation.
several what
I gotta
are
hide it a
clearly
little better.
German weapons as well.
don't
Not a
follow.
lot,
It's okay.
but on the leader you find what appears to be a very nice pistol capable of carrying more rounds of ammunition. It's a very boxy-looking pistol. It's somewhat unusual. It has a magazine that can actually hold 12 rounds in it.
Wow.
Would it be a Mauser?
Would you know that? Roll an intellect check.
Oh, he would definitely know.
I mean, guns are kind of my thing. No, I guess
So you're not sure, but you think it's definitely a German pistol.
What you got there?
I'm not on the ship yet, so.
Yeah, remember we're on the ship. They're
Alright,
not.
so I'm gonna grab that.
Trying to move this.
I only assumed I am because I'm going back and forth.
Right.
With just a bunch of crates. Hey guys.
Okay, so I'll grab that, and I still grab too much. Is that all else they have? Is the
You
muskets?
find another 2, so you find a total of 3 German rifles. They're very, very fine quality. The equivalent of bolt-action rifles, but instead of having a magazine of 8, it has a magazine of 10.
Okay.
And it's got a slightly longer range. Instead of a range of 120, it's got a range of 150.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Great. So then I bring it onto the ship, and I say, "Look what I found."
Oh, those are some nice guns.
Gosh. And I explicitly hand one to you because I know you don't have one. I say, "Use this."
Okay.
And
So then that would replace whatever you.
Yeah, I mean,
Or you can keep the other 2.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Okay, so
Don't
you're
have any
back on the vessel
leave
itself.
them out for anybody that wants to grab one.
I'll take one.
Can I see that pistol? Can I try to identify that pistol for him?
Sure, roll an intellect check.
German made.
So I roll 1 die, right? And then I
Yes.
have to roll under what?
I guess
You're
I'll take
under your
one.
intellect.
There's 3, right?
There was 3. Yeah.
Oh, exactly 3.
Okay,
Yeah,
better than my-
You're convinced it's a
Lever action
Mauser. It's a
carbine.
German design. Obviously
do?
came here straight
Range is
from
better.
Europe. It wasn't made here on Mars.
Oh, it's a bolt
Okay.
action.
I'm gonna take a look at it. I'm gonna
One
say,
shot,
I forgot his
10
name.
rounds.
His name is Warren.
Warren.
Yes.
This is a German Mauser. I'm gonna hand it back to him, straight from Germany.
Gotcha. Excellent. I'll hang on to this one, if you don't mind, and I'll put that with the rest of my guns.
Okay.
And then the German rifles, I give each one of them one.
Okay.
So I don't have any of them.
Okay.
But I will keep the Mauser. And
Mauser was a rifle.
They make both kinds.
Oh.
It's a company.
I had no idea.
the iconic ones. The base of that actually was Han Solo's blaster. It was the same shape. They used a prop Mauser to make it. Fun fact.
1 shot, 10 per man.
What are you talking about?
It's history.
All right. So while he's up on the ship, I'm going to ask him if he
Long
speaks
time
German.
ago, galaxy far, far away.
Does anyone speak German? We recovered a German.
A German.
I have him here stabilizing right now.
The same as the before.
I would like to know, if we can, find out some information about how he ended up where he ended up.
Well, I can only help if you found a Zulu or an Englishman.
Maybe
I
he knows
do
Zulu.
not know German.
I'll walk up and I'll say.
Does Kevlar Jim know?
My linguistics are
Teflondo?
pretty high. Maybe I can just kind of understand him if I roll good enough.
Roll a.
Higher than everyone else.
What is C-3PO?
Jesus.
Roll a. Roll a d6 and we'll see if I.
No.
Roll a d6 there and
What'd
see if he
you roll?
speaks Zulu. Or
Probably not.
he speaks very broken South African.
So do I.
Okay.
I have I've won in Zulu.
Okay.
I do not speak it well.
He has one in South Africa.
From your time in the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Where's my time before
This is
that?
more
I thought that
akin-
organization was shut down.
This is more akin to East African.
It is my primary language, but I only have a skill of 1.
Yeah, but that doesn't matter. That just means you know it.
What?
Your native language you know extremely well.
Yes.
Your primary you know pretty well. And then every other is like.
I thought your
you kinda-
primary was that score.
No.
That's what I thought.
That's just how many you get to pick.
Is it?
No.
Oh, I don't know how
never got
linguistics
to
work.
pick.
It said
so we
every
can
point. It said
say
every
it was
point in
German.
linguistics is one language. Every point in linguistics is one language. Your native is just where you're from and you know it.
Oh, okay.
And then every
if
point
that's the case,
you know
then
the
sure.
language. So primary you know fairly well.
Okay.
You've learned it.
Yeah.
And then all the others are kind of like broken. You kind of like
okay.
maybe can get
Sure.
a little bit out of it.
Okay, so you speak very
That's what
broken.
the
You can speak
thing
very
said.
broken to him. And what do you say to him?
Zoo English.
What do we want to know? How did you get here? What's going on?
How did he get here?
He says to you, I am Hauptmann Ernst. Our goal was to help these savages. They attacked us. I think I am going to live now. I asked your friend to tell Sophia that I miss her.
Did he give you something?
Tell Sophia
What did he give you?
that you miss her.
And that I love her.
He gave me
But I think I will be able to tell
This?
her myself.
token.
Well, I wouldn't be too sure of that just yet.
I wouldn't be too sure that just
Okay.
I'm not taking it off
where
the table.
are the rest
so what,
of the
what was your name again? You were
Ernst.
E-R...
E-R-N-S-T.
E-R-N... Ernst. All right, Ernst. And you said you were helping the Martians?
We were trying to help them, yeah.
For what purpose?
Well, we do not have liftwood as you do. So
The Germans, you mean?
Yeah.
Yes.
So we were trying to establish a relationship with them. These ones, with the worm-like things, they were not very cooperative.
As compared to the rest of the Martians, were being cooperative?
These were the first ones we had encountered. And so we established a relationship.
Yes.
And they killed the rest of my crew members.
So you're the last one.
Yeah.
Interesting. And do you know...
To the best of my knowledge.
How strong are the German numbers? How many Germans are there?
Well, I think there's... How many other Germans are there? Was it just your crew, or
we
is it
have
more?
a very small colony, but we are trying to establish a larger presence.
Right. Okay, so I'm going to relay that to everyone.
Where? Where would this colony be? If they have no liftwood,
I was trying to find
where
out
would this colony be?
They probably only have a few Zeppelins and ether ships.
I think the Germans are a problem right now.
No.
So...
I'm just saying we should know where they are.
I'm just glad to know they're doing so poorly here on Mars.
Because they are competition, correct?
Yes.
As are the Russians.
So it would be good to know where
Where's
they
the
are.
German colony?
Well, yes, but you can never know with the Russians.
1,800 miles east of Celtis Major.
1,800 miles. So you're quite a ways away.
Yeah.
Up where?
Miles east, you said?
Yeah.
Of where?
Celtis Major.
I say that. Where is the base of these Martians? You were trying to trade
these
with?
ones. Well, we were trying
There's
to
Certus Minor.
establish with these ones because they have control of the liftwood fields west of Gorgovon and northwest of Parhoon.
And these would be, I would recognize that as the liftwood fields we're trying to get to?
Yes.
Okay. Yes. Can you tell me any more about them? We'll try to avenge you and your
We were
crew.
told they were the liftwood fields. We were told they were not under British control anymore.
Not yet.
So that they were not yours per se, if you were British.
Yes. Do you know nothing else of their numbers and the Martians? Anything about them?
9. Ich weiß es nicht. I do not know.
Excellent. Okay, so I relay that to everyone.
Well,
Let's
continue
what you
on.
do with them?
well, I for one find it distasteful to just shoot a man.
Well,
At least without giving.
We are
At least
not.
when they do not have a fighting chance.
we are not savages.
No,
I
he's
do
wel-
not intend to.
He's welcome aboard. Gives us a little leverage when we gotta bring him back.
Indeed, and maybe we could get him back to wherever he's going. Trying to go. Maybe.
For
Possibly.
now, he travels with us.
Tell him he stays with us for now. If he tries anything,
There's
All bets are
he will
off.
find a bullet
All bets are
to
off.
the chest.
you're welcome as a
Guest.
guest on board. But we will be watching you. One false move, and well, let's just say you'll never see Sophia again.
And I hand him back the
Dirty rag.
dirty rag. That's what I use.
blood of your
I use it to clean my wound.
Dankeschön.
I'm not gonna like time up or anything. We're just gonna keep.
Mein Fräulein. Mein
Does he
schönes
really seem
Fräulein.
like that much of a threat to us?
I'm just nodding. I don't know.
He has no weapons on him, right? We took him?
I checked him.
Guess not.
I checked him, but
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
Anybody else
Does he have
wanna check
weapons
him
on
real
him?
quick?
You roll an observation.
I'm assuming he
check.
didn't since he was tied up to the bow of the ship.
Yeah,
I
no, he
imagine
didn't have any on this
didn't
ship.
remove any weapons from it.
But either way, I don't think he's that much of a threat. I don't think we gotta go as far as like locking him in the room, tying him
No,
up.
no, he's a
No.
guest. He's a guest.
Yeah.
Okay, so what do you do?
We continue on.
Continue
You
on.
continue on. Eventually, you see
Excellent.
the busy city of Parhoon in front of you, but it's more of like a military
Parhoon.
camp than a. You travel,
Where do
and
we think
across
that
the
is?
Martian tundra. Eventually, you see the busy city of Parhoon in front of you,
Very
but it's more
observant.
like a military
You must have a
camp
high score.
than a
Look,
than a busy market city, if
Who
you
is
will.
this controlled by?
navigation
It's
instrument.
controlled by the British, but it's very.
Loosely controlled.
Yes, it's
associate has been
it's an
on this. He loves
outpost, if you will, on the frontier. Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah.
Great.
Okay, so
I'm
you,
gonna say to.
thought you would've
okay, I'm
picked-
sorry. Go on.
Go ahead, that's
I
it.
can wait. I can wait. I should wait.
that's it. So you see
mapping's
it,
fine.
and you see what is
I have three and
clearly
everything
a
else.
port area
Yeah.
with a couple
Foraging amount.
military vessels, and there are a couple very small Martian
Our
vessels in
businesses
there
make
that look
sense.
like
Then
trading
we'd be
vessels.
Keeping track of where we go.
But you can very clearly make out what is several other
there
smaller
it is.
British vessels there
found
as well. A couple aphids and one larger vessel.
Okay, I'm gonna say Captain Ernst. I
And
believe
there's Certus Major.
with some coin, you might be able to find your way back to your people from here, this port city. There's, if everybody is in agreement, we can send him on his way.
Rather him out there than with us.
Don't go.
So I'm gonna give him, I don't know, 2 pounds. I don't know how much transportation would be.
Would I be able to
Give him
get
bus fare.
estimate how much it would be? Probably.
Yeah, sure.
Thanks for the good time. Pay for your ride home.
You realize that
I've got
1
lots of
pound would
money,
probably
so
get it,
we
but
get-
it's
I spent all
he's
my
probably going to
money.
have a tough time negotiating a deal with some
Because
people.
it's like my social level's crap. I'm like, oh,
No,
I'm gonna
what?
be poor. And then right in there it goes, if you're a master criminal,
I'll lend him
times it by
5.
50.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, okay. So you have no permanent income, but you
Yeah,
manage
He
to get lots
clearly
of money.
appreciates it.
Yeah.
And he kind of stumbles on his way out. You get some glances here and there, but it's clearly a frontier town.
So that's 7. You gave him 7 pounds total because I gave
Yes.
him
Yes. Okay.
2. I'm
And
say, I hope you see your Fraulein again.
okay, and he continues on his way, and another gentleman is approaching you at this point. Screw this. Excuse me.
No, you gotta commit.
I gotta commit.
I love it.
Here we are.
I'm getting shades of Disney's Atlantis right now.
There we go. Hello. Are you, did Colonel from Certus Major send you, Colonel Corman?
Indeed.
Oh, thank you. I'm Harold Pooter. I'm supposed to accompany you.
Oh,
Yes,
It's nice to meet you.
pleasure to make your acquaintance.
I'm the Griffin.
How does Harold Potter smell?
I'm sorry?
How does he smell? Who? I was asking the DM, how does Harold Potter smell?
No, out of character.
Out of character. I'm not asking to his face. Can I smell him from here?
I smell all right.
Do you guys smell anything?
I don't.
I think they say whoever smelt it dealt it.
The DM's a little slow. No, not Pooper.
Does someone cut a block of cheese around here?
I think that's just the smell of cities.
I'm supposed to.
I hate I like the wilderness. I'm sorry?
Supposed to guide you to the Liftwood Fields, yes?
That's where we're going.
Right.
I have to wait for my young bride as well. She's coming home.
That doesn't seem like a good idea.
Why is that?
Because she may not be your bride by the time she gets off the ship.
She's supposed to come along with us.
Lady killer over here.
I can't very well not bring
I'm the one who has the titles. Man's or ladies' man around the system here.
They
don't
don't
care
care
about
about a woman on a
titles.
trip like this. Bad luck as well.
She's a reporter too. She's with the Certus Lapis Times. I hope that's not an issue.
It's just we're a little caught off guard. We weren't told anyone else would be traveling with us.
Captain.
Better be a wig.
Sounds like it's a decision for the captain.
Oh no.
Huddle. And I pull the three of you this way.
Pooter, my husband to be. Is this our vessel? Is our room ready?
That's what happens when Deb goes away. Sorry, I had to say it.
My bride. Just remember, I guess we'll live forever.
Yes. Thank you. I've done worse.
Brad's gonna make all the clips.
You just haven't found it yet.
Sure, Dad, man.
Sure to be, Mrs. Pooter.
Yes. Yes. I have a lot of camera equipment. Will you gentlemen help me bring it on board?
Of course. Don, help this lady
This is
out.
captain's decision here. Am I right?
Huddle.
It's not my decision.
Huddle.
I'm against it, however.
You
We've been a bad luck.
I don't see
And
what
distraction.
decision we're making here. He's guiding us. I guess she's coming. What are you gonna tell them they can't come?
No.
It's all good. She's a very good photographer. She'll take very good pictures of you.
That's not what I'm concerned about. Let's move on.
We're gonna have to just go along with it and really not try to mention what we're doing.
Yes. Yes, this is going.
Don, help this lady with her gear.
And
Help the lady.
the rest of you bring upon the gear. He says, we really should set forth as soon as possible.
We're waiting on you.
Where did you get that hat?
Do we need provisions?
I've seen several people with them. They're very fashionable.
Yes.
The pith helmet.
But they don't
Yes.
have the goggles, I don't think. Or nor do I.
Neither do you. Strange, because you did 5 seconds ago.
Yes, that happens from time to time. I know this guy who has a monocle. It keeps popping off.
We've met the same
The
gentleman.
colonel.
How are we with provisions?
We should be well stocked for the trip.
So the
Could double
the fields are northwest of Parhoon.
Somebody replaced all our provisions
get
with
going.
gunpowder.
Out of character. I
no longer have water.
how far from the fields is our
nothing.
secret objective.
Just gunpowder. We emptied all the water.
I didn't know what was in those crates. I dumped them.
He pulls you aside.
No, out of character.
It's right in the same proximity.
Okay, so, and I turn to the rest. All right, so we should be able, possibly, to handle both simultaneously, but we might have to split up.
Where are we going?
Yeah, splitting the party is always a good idea.
We're going to the west, to the northwest of this town, to the fields, to the Liftwood Fields.
Where's that? What's the name of the place?
Parhoon.
Of where we're at right now?
Where we
The Liftwood Fields are at where we're at now?
No,
In
they're
this
about
city?
600 miles northwest of where you are now. You've traveled about 600 miles.
here.
Okay.
And you have about another 600.
And that's our objective, because I didn't even
Protonillis?
catch any of that.
Yes,
So
I
our
understand.
objective is to go to the Liftwood Fields, correct?
Well,
We have 2 objectives.
Oh, okay. What is this? Liftwood Fields? What else is the other
We
one?
have to
yeah.
map the
You were
Liftwood
asleep.
Fields, and we have to find Colonel Varuk, and he's gone native, so they want us to stop him.
Gone
soon
native
as-
where?
As soon as we
Near the
find him.
Liftwood Fields.
Near the Liftwood Fields.
They're saying he's gone sapling.
We need to terminate his command.
I say we take care of this first.
Well, the problem is
very
that's supposed to be
We can't have a reporter knowing we
under
did this.
under the navigation arrays,
But
as it were.
again, we'll deal with that when that comes. But just keep in mind, we do have a reporter with us.
Okay.
okay, so they do bring on
Ship out.
additional supplies, additional ammunition, and you set forth, blazing out across much of the terrain. Looks very, very.
What kind of noise does an aerial flyer make?
Propellers.
Does Liftwood have a noise, or it just floats?
It just floats. It's a naturally occurring wood that when you harvest it,
It's a naturally buoyant.
it's just
Like trees
Lighter
don't fall
than-
down in Mars; they just kind of.
they grow very, very tall. Where there are trees, they
Nice.
grow very, very tall. And because they're
I think the green areas on this are actually jungle.
yes, but the liftwood grows in the hills.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna.
So these are just
I'm gonna
normal,
head to the front
everyday
of the
trees.
ship and
So
clean that
Those are
cannon
more
up.
normal trees, yes.
Okay. The top bits, or
I'm
there's
gonna
the
do
hills.
some
Where's the
maintenance,
hills?
some,
So this is the Parhoon where we're at.
some gunnery maintenance.
Where are we trying to get to?
Up here somewhere.
Okay.
On the
Somewhere in
vessel.
this area.
Yes. Okay.
Somewhere there.
So, as you continue northwest out across the open tundra, you spot several posts sticking up from the ground. Roll an observation check.
Where are we now?
You're heading northwest from
did it.
Parhoon.
2!
As we're traveling.
I got 4.
Is she cleaning my guns?
Okay. You notice, you pull out your binocular, you come around from behind the pilot's alcove, and you look, and it looks like somebody has lanced some individuals and stuck them on staves above the ground. Some of them appear to be British soldiers, some of them appear to be Martians, and they're just impaled and baking in the sun.
Well, that's morbid.
Hearing of the sight, I will comically pull Teflon Dom's binoculars while they're still around his neck.
The farther north you continue, the more and more of these you see. You eventually come to one hill where it is just stacked upon them. There's loads of them. Harry Pooter's fiancée, Amber Vale, seems to go out and set up her camera equipment. That's it. Amber Vale seems to set up her camera equipment on the front, and she's like getting ready to take some pictures of them all.
I'm gonna lean in right next to her.
Guys, it's very clear we're not welcome here.
I'm gonna say to her,
Oh man.
You know, I
This
don't
is
think
why
that we're going to have to be
"You're
very
gonna have to do
hush-hush
exactly what we
about
tell you
this
to
part.
do.
What do you mean?
You don't want to end up attached to a post out in the middle of the Martian landscape.
Impaled by savages.
Those savages wouldn't do that too. Me, would they?
Of course they would.
Well, after they were done with you, they would.
So just remember, you do exactly as we say. You'll get your pictures. You do exactly what you say, and you'll survive this trip.
Very well. She goes back to doing what she's doing.
I agree with that advice. This man knows what he's talking about.
Okay.
I see
I've seen
what
a
we
few
did.
tours myself.
You see those few tours.
My guys, and I'm American.
He's
I made
American.
myself.
He's
I
a
made myself
cowboy.
an American.
There you go.
American cowboy.
So that's why you have
dealt with savages.
From America.
So that's why you have you've given yourself all those titles.
Okay, so you continue, and off in the distance, you can see what appears to be the land has seemed to almost burst forth from the ground in several areas, as if it had formed into. Let's put it this way. Yeah, that's good. Into islands. You guys, you can turn that ship that way. Yeah, there you go. And you're approaching. Now, this is in the distance, and this is just slightly representative of it. There's a whole bunch of this, as if the roots of the trees had broken free from the ground, and several areas had lifted up into the air, if that makes sense.
Does now.
Now that is impressive.
Liftwood.
Okay. You start to approach one island, and you see a couple individuals on the island itself.
Captain, land.
Well, very well. I'll bring us in.
No, I meant land.
Oh,
Watch out for the land.
yes. I'll make maneuvers.
Land ho.
I'll make maneuvers.
Okay, this is just representative of what it looks like. Okay, so they seem these Martians, as you approach, seem much more animalistic. That's a good word. Animalistic. They kind of have like wings, and they seem to be flopping about, and so forth.
Captain, can you
doing anything right
Can
now.
you bring the ship around to, I guess, what would that be? The port
Can
side?
I see?
What side is that?
Can I see what kind of weapons they have on them? I'm
You
looking
see
at
what very seems to be close combat weapons, mostly
Okay.
swords, pikes.
They don't appear to be any danger to us up here. Say we fly up and
Everybody,
over.
roll an observation check.
2.
Ooh, 1! I did it!
You note that one of them
got a
has
one.
like a sash upon him, and he appears to be some kind of tribal leader almost.
Does he appear to be Martian?
Oh, they're all Martians.
Oh, okay. Because I know we're looking for some dude. Some savage
Yes.
dude.
He's actually a Britishman.
I know, that's why I was asking if he was Martian. Because
Can
if
I
he
ask
wasn't
our
a Martian,
guide what we're looking
then
at
it would
here?
be our man. Who speaks Martian now? You did? Is there any type of device on this thing where we can project our voices? Like, I mean...
I knew I should have brought that megaphone.
Who are the locals here?
Those, I've never actually seen those. Those appear to be high Martians because they live in the mountains, as opposed to the canal and hill Martians that
Do they pose an immediate risk to us?
They're savages.
Well, I mean, we're not landing here, are we?
No.
Well, somewhere in here, we're fairly close to where we're supposed to find this individual.
Gotcha. All right.
Okay.
So he knows.
No, I'm sorry, he wouldn't have said that. Yes, well, he says that, sure. Where are you all supposed to find this individual? I mean, no.
Okay.
All right, let's.
Captain?
What should we do?
Captain's
I
call?
want to sail around and.
I'd say that that if the high Martians aren't a threat to us, we could go to the other large island.
Yeah, let's just take a look around before we land.
Yes.
Get a scope of what's going on around here.
Okay, I'll bring us around to the other side of this little set of islands.
Okay, so eventually you make your way around to another set of islands, and again, it's almost like it's swarming with these individuals. And periodically, as you make your way over toward the larger islands, eventually you see what appears to be both Martians and British soldiers stuck on staves as you get in closer and closer in toward the islands.
Well then, I
themselves.
think this is the place.
These are not friends.
Shall we?
What gave that away?
Do we communicate?
I don't know. I think we're a little far.
Well,
We've got a.
idea is, do we try to attempt to communicate them, or are we gonna go right out?
Yeah, I
guns
mean, if
blazing?
you wanna talk to him, we got one giant One giant microphone right on the front of the ship.
Yes.
Do
My
we really?
experience, they only speak one language.
I gotta rip that guy.
Crack the guster.
I think Cornelius should fire off some warning shots. Let them know we're coming.
The problem with that type of method is
Gunboat
that
diplomacy.
once we fire, okay, we're dealing with all of them.
Well, it's
Okay.
like the professional said. They're not
What if
people we could speak to.
What if we were in some way able to unload without them being present, and then we could take them
Didn't
individually?
Colonel Corman say we were supposed to infiltrate them?
That's my point.
Infiltrate.
Is infiltrate, or do we just blast away? Now we start blasting away.
Yeah.
We're going to be dealing with all of them. Should we be on the ground, or should we use the tactical high ground advantage? We can do a lot of damage from up here.
We
We're
can,
definitely
Okay,
outnumbered.
but we're not going to know what we're doing damage to.
but they can attack back, which is pretty good.
We've seen dozens.
Are we dealing with
I think
dozens, or
we-
are we dealing with thousands?
keep seeing them over, so I'm sure at this point we've probably seen hundreds of them at least so far. And
yeah.
then a bunch on spikes.
So are we going to infiltrate this stealthily, like as a small raiding party, or are we just going to start blasting away and basically just...
Expose ourselves.
I mean, they're
immediately.
savages. Let's use the firepower we got.
Well, Colonel Varuk should
We didn't bring all these guns for nothing.
or Varuk.
Varuk.
I'll get it right one day. Colonel Varuk presumably still speaks English. We can communicate with him if nothing else before we.
But once that's my point, is that once we are blasting away at Martians, the route of communication has been severed.
These odds are not very good. I think diplomacy might be our best bet to start.
I don't agree. They're savages. There's no talking to them.
And I do see a lot of Brits on posts.
Yes, and we'll be next if we don't play this the right way. Guns blazing aren't good sometimes. Remember the prison escape.
The what?
That's Eli talking to us.
Oh.
Remember the prison. Don't do guns blazing.
Eli's watching.
Yeah.
Oh, there he is.
So what are you doing?
All right, up to the captain.
Okay, everybody roll an observation check.
A 1.
3. That's a pass.
No.
You notice, and you are utterly convinced, just watching as you're coming in next to these islands, that they're floating constantly. So it's not going to be easy to get from the ship to the islands themselves. Does that make sense?
Like to land the ship?
Yeah, you can't land per se. Does that make sense?
Gotcha.
Mm.
So it's like in the open water. It's just very difficult to line yourself
That's a
up.
good
with
analogy.
that. All right. What do you think? I don't know how easily it's going to be to land on here.
What's your NPC's name?
Teflon Don.
Teflon says, what about those bicycles, sir?
The bicycles.
Yes.
The traveling thingamajigs.
It could take us from,
Oh,
I guess, from the
yes.
ship to the land.
Bicycles? We have bicycles?
Yeah,
However-
you did mention that. Forgot about those.
First I'm hearing of it.
Okay.
You mentioned the pedal power little ships.
How many? What are the numbers that we're seeing right now? How many Martians are we seeing here?
Hundreds. It's hard to
Hundreds.
count.
Do they see us?
Multiple islands. Do they see you?
Don't
Yes.
think
And
we
they're
could-
watching you kind of like cautiously.
Okay.
They're not really sure. Roll an intellect check.
That's
Which
never
one is that?
Intellect.
that? Just him?
Intelligence.
All right.
Oh,
Just roll.
4. We're good.
Okay. You think that your firepower might be somewhat intimidating at the moment. So it's to your advantage, and it's also...
Gotcha. So kind of like they're not sure what to do
How about
because
this?
of how big the ship is
have
with
the
all the guns
edge
on it.
until we shoot them.
Can I propose a plan? Okay. Captain can control the ship and position us in an advantageous location. I can man the front gun, and the three of you can go down and make contact.
I find this plan acceptable.
Now the signal.
Speak Martian.
What will
Let's
the
do it.
signal
I'll
be?
cover you.
I'll need a signal that says open fire, and hopefully with such firepower coming from the ship, it will scare them off and allow you to be able to hop onto your vehicles and get back.
All right. The signal will be if. How about if you take your hat off, and then he'll see that and know we're in danger.
Fair enough.
This way, it's not anything suspicious for them.
Sure.
Okay.
Let's go.
Or variably, if we start shooting, you do as well.
Of course.
Yes. Well, obviously.
That'll be the
And,
backup
where's
signal. You just fire away.
Okay.
Jump on the bicycle thing.
So you guys sail toward a convenient position. Roll your pilot skill to hold the vessel in place.
Ooh, my. Okay, good.
That's a 4.
Just
That's
you.
a pass.
Okay, so you managed
I got scared. I thought I had to roll it.
No, me. I'm the one piloting.
I crash.
You managed to. You're kind of slowly. It's like taking a
at that
boat
thing.
and constantly like adjusting the throttles and
Oh, I don't see
the
that.
trim
That
vanes
gearing does
to
not
try
look
and
anywhere near enough to spin those
hold
props.
the vessel
very
in
fast.
one place. Okay? And then you break out of the hold, the Throckmorton conveyors, you set them up, and you get ready to fly them to an island? Yes? No?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The biggest one.
The biggest one.
The main.
We're going to call it this for the sake of...
Wherever Colonel Varuk is.
Well, you don't know where he is.
Yeah, we're just gonna
For the
fly
sake
to the
of
island.
plot.
So we're going to say
to where we have to
Look
go.
at that bike.
here, but
Can I make a suggestion?
No. Yes.
Can we leave? What's his name? Your guy,
Teflon.
Teflon. Can we leave Teflon on the ship with me as my reloader? Or would you prefer him to be with you?
I guess he could stay.
It's entirely up to you because that would basically allow
I mean,
me
he might,
to,
Teflon. It's all right. It's all right. Don't get upset.
Oh, don't
because
whimper
that would
like
All right. You're gonna stay here.
this way
Load
the
his gun
captain
for him.
can maneuver the ship. Teflon can reload me, and then that gives me
Yeah, I agree. Don't worry.
more shots.
Don't worry, Don. I'll be back.
Oh, you have, don't forget you guys have, Umbriel.
Wait, what?
Or not Umbriel, Amber Vale.
This veil
And,
go under
And Harry.
below
another
deck.
die for Pooter.
Is there a below deck?
Yeah, there's a below deck.
Right, and then it's
And
already below
Harold
deck.
says, I'll come with you, whoever's going.
Fair enough.
Good luck
And Miss-
storming the
Miss-
castle.
Miss
You are a
Pooter?
guide. Let's
Miss
go.
Pooter?
She says, I'll go with
Below-
them too.
No,
No.
below
No,
deck.
no,
Below deck.
no.
Sound shake.
Much too dangerous.
Sorry, there's only 3 bicycles.
Much too dangerous. There's
I'm going to tell her to go below
Roll
deck.
a...
I can roll eloquence or charisma.
Sure, roll an eloquence.
That is a 3. That is a pass.
charisma.
Okay, so
made
you
charisma.
convince her. She says, "Very well,
Eloquence
but
of
I
0.
want to get pictures of these Martians. These are quite unusual." And she starts very well. And she starts setting up her camera to take pictures from the ship.
All right, I'll see. Should I roll to try and keep us steady?
Yeah, well, I think you did.
You did that.
Yes.
You did. Okay, so who's staying on the ship?
I am. I'm at the gun.
Okay,
Those 2 and Teflon. Don.
Teflon is my
Reloader.
reloader.
reloader. Okay,
And Amber is there too.
and Amber is below.
She's below
inside
deck.
Below deck. Okay,
I have a question. What is trimsman?
trimsman is to help keep the vessel in critical situations stable.
Okay.
Like when we shot those fins
Right.
on the.
Okay.
Yeah. So you would have had to run back and help him had this opposite happen to you. Does that make sense?
Got it. Okay. Good to know.
But you guys didn't get seriously hit.
yeah.
So
Okay.
it was a luck of the die roll. Anyway,
So I'm covering them.
okay, so you guys, so there's 3 of you setting out on the Throckmorton conveyors, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, roll an agility check to control. It's like a dexterity check to try and control.
Just one under agility.
Just roll agility or lower.
Got it.
Success.
6 is always a fail. Okay, so you're pedaling away, and it's like a manual helicopter, if you will, and eventually you come to the island. And when you get there, the one large island, a whole bunch of these individuals come crowding around you, and there seems to be one up on the top, and you land your bicycles, and Harold Pooter.
Harry Potter.
Harry Potter.
Harold Pooter, no relation to the copyrighted other individual. Harold Pooter says, these are absolute. What? The light bulb went off?
Yeah. I just keep thinking of Watch and Farting is all I'm thinking of.
His codename Griffin. Anyway, whatever. I'm sorry. Okay, so one individual comes running towards you, and one of the Martians. The man of many.
Wow.
The many disguise.
International man of mystery.
Is this the Martian?
Yes, he's the Martian. Doesn't he look like a Martian? I hope so.
Looks like he lives in Jackson.
It's ZZ Top.
Yeah.
Viking ZZ Top.
He speaks to you in British. What are you doing here? Are you
It's up to you two.
Yeah, we're
See
not
the
there.
Colonel?
Yes, we've come to see the Colonel.
Hey man, you don't talk to the Colonel. You listen to him. The man's enlarged my mind. He is a poet in the classic sense. I mean, he will sometimes, he'll say, you say hello to him, right? And he will just walk right past you. He won't even notice you. And then suddenly he will grab you and he will throw you into a corner and he will say to you, do you know that if is the middle word in life? If you can keep your head about you when all others are losing theirs and blaming it on you, if you can trust yourself when all men doubt you, I mean, no, I can't. I'm a little man, but he is a great man. I should have been a pair of ragged claws scuttling across the floor, across the seas. And you want to meet this man?
This is exactly why we came to meet.
Yes.
We've heard how great
We're
he
looking
is.
for tips on interior decorating, and we like what he's done with the place.
I don't know if he will reach with you, but you must listen to him. He will inspire you with greatness, and you will be in awe, and you will want to join our ranks.
Yes.
Right.
Make an observation check.
We're good.
Huh?
We're good.
You're good?
3.
Okay, so you notice that there are a couple other British troops mixed in with the Martians
Okay.
who appear to have gone native, if you will.
Oh, just a bunch of hippies.
He's higher than Ben Franklin's kite.
You see, there's a couple humans
what
mixed
does
in
that
That would
over
have been
here.
after.
Yeah,
What is it?
you-
Ben Franklin
do
would
you
have
have
existed.
do you have an ear trumpet?
They are drinking
No,
the
I'm
Kool-Aid.
Oh.
I know, I can't hear
That's one way to
it.
put it.
When was Kool-Aid
Oh yes,
invented?
that inventor in your American history. Right.
Harry,
Oh no!
Just take him off the dice.
Spent quite a time.
We're all
a
Vikings.
large amount of time in London. you
Harry
know.
Potter says,
Benjamin Franklin.
I think these individuals have gone mad. They've gone absolutely mad, I tell you.
It appears so. Pooter.
What's happened to your helmet?
That's a good question. What happened? There it is. I had it right
You
here.
were just riding a bike. It's very
I had it-
dangerous. You need to protect your hand.
Yes, I did. Absolutely. Thank you. I
Very
lost my
well.
goggles, though.
We'll see if we can scrape you up a new pair.
Yes. So he says he escorts you. They escort you to an area and sit you down. And he says to you, one of the Martians comes up and hands you like a liquid. Says, drink this, and you will experience a higher level of being.
What does it smell like?
Roll an observation check with advantage. 2 dice.
Yes.
One.
It
and a
is
6.
utterly the most disgusting, awful smell you have ever smelled in your life.
All right.
Probably something like drinking poo.
All right. Is it
Liquid poo.
right? Point like diarrhea. Diarrhea. Does it smell like earthy and planty, or is it alcohol?
Yes.
It's
kind of a combination
natural,
of both.
nature-based kind of deal.
Yes.
So his answer is yes to all of your questions.
He hands you some too.
Oh, I will just immediately pretend to drink it.
So do you drink it?
No,
Okay.
just pretend.
Okay.
Like I'm accepting his offer.
Probably a smart idea.
I don't mean to be rude, but I brought
Probably
my
a
own,
smart
and I'll
idea.
Take a sip from my own jug, my own flask.
Very well.
Thank you, though. It smells lovely. It smells like my ex-wife.
Okay.
The first one.
A couple hours goes by, and while you're sitting there, and they seem to be like dancing, and they start partying and moving around, and they seem to be consuming this liquid and going into some type of crazy trance, if you will. And they're like dancing around, and the music is beating, and drums are beating, and they're like flailing about with swords, and every once in a while one of them hacks away at one of them and accidentally kills one of the other ones. And this seems to go on, and some of them are trying to come over and get you to come up and join them. And you guys see this off in the distance.
Hey, can you all let a man sleep?
Did Harry Potter drink any?
No, Harry Potter did not drink any.
Coward.
Harold.
Coward, so stupid.
Harold, excuse me, Harold Potter.
The guy comes back.
His beard is falling off.
Yes,
What the stuff does to you, it melts your face off.
it melts your face. Yeah, the great man. He will see you now. But he is a great man.
Oh, of course.
You listen to him. And you will experience a higher level.
Sounds good.
Can't wait.
My God. They've become
Bring us
flower
to the
children.
bring us to the captain.
Tripping balls.
Bad trip.
What?
Bad trip.
The tripping balls.
Okay. So they take you into this darkened cave, if you will. And they take you into this dark, like, cave. And there you see this balding man inside. And he seems to be, like, pouring water over his head. And smearing water over.
So we lost sight of them from the ship.
Yes, you have lost sight of them by this point. You see the Martians. They're dancing around. The sun seems to be setting. He goes, why did they send you?
Nobody sent us here. We're the Royal Geographic Society. We're here to map the Liftwood Mountains. And we noticed this civilization here.
So, you had no problem with anything else you have seen?
To each their own. Who am I here to say how you guys behave here?
Very well.
But I can offer lines of trade. I do deal in very, pretty much anything you'd need.
I have no need of trade. We have everything we want here.
Fair enough.
You may.
What brings you here?
The solitude of this place, the purity of it. I saw things, horrors, if you will, and it has inspired me.
We've all been there.
You have seen horrors.
I mean, I'm on Mars, aren't I? It's pretty bad out there.
What horrors have you seen?
Best not get into it.
Very well. You wish to map the Liftwood Fields.
That is why we are here.
You see Harry Pooter over there itching. He seems to have his hand on his weapon at the moment.
I see that he's doing that.
Yes.
So I'll just come over and pat him on the back, kind of like try to calm him down without alerting anyone that he's going for his gun.
What horrors have you seen?
Is he directing this specifically?
You said you saw horrors, correct?
But as I said, it's best not to remember them. It's hard enough to put them past me.
And what do you think of my art as you approached here?
It's actually quite nice.
We love what you've done to the place. It adds the right amount of color to the otherwise drab environment. There's a lot of greens and it adds a nice red and orange.
Perhaps you will study that.
I think you're going to need to elaborate on that one, sir. I don't intend to be put on a spike. And I don't appreciate being threatened.
I'm not threatening you.
That sounds like
to put you on a spike. I have killed some, but I'm not a murderer per se.
What would you call it then?
It is not. Besides, you have no right to judge me if you're judging me. What can I do for you?
How many Martians did we see coming into here on this island?
You saw quite a few. It was very difficult to gather a number, but you're in the room with him by yourself right now.
And Harry Pooter.
And Harry Pooter, yes. Harold Pooter.
I'm back on the ship just thinking, guys, make yourself visible. Come on, fellas. Make yourself visible.
I'm not that good at it. Close combat.
Paying very close attention
Don't
to
give me
the atmosphere
no
outside.
more of that old
It's just close combat.
spirit.
Do I see on the outside? Do I see like the entrance that they went into? Like, are there a lot of Martians crowded around that entrance?
There's Martians all over the place. They seem to be like dancing, but there's like no music. They're just kind of
Right, but the doorway that they went into the cave, are there like Martians?
That's what I'm wondering.
Observation.
Let's just do it.
Nope.
I can make a check if you want to. What is it you're trying to do?
Trying to see how many numbers of guards or anybody who's standing guard outside of the entrance that they went into. If they need to get out of there real quick.
I
wanna know
look
what
through my
I'm-
binoculars to try and find out.
I know,
Okay.
that's not very good.
Would that add any bonus or just straight observation?
I'll give you an observation with bonus. Observation advantage rather.
And that is a success.
Really wishing I had binoculars as a gunnery.
So then maybe we should
All right. Well, I didn't have time to buy any equipment.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
So
we've just come. I mean, like I said, we're just here to map the field. So we just want peace with clearly your people that are here. I mean, they've offered us plenty of drink. How about we drink to peace?
yes, I will drink with you.
Let me get your flask.
Yeah, sure. Oh, you're gonna hand it to him?
Yeah.
Oh, sure. There you go.
This is what we back home, good old-fashioned whiskey. And I reach out to give it to him and attack him with my knife.
Okay.
Oh, snap.
Okay. Roll.
I don't want to look.
Oh no. 6.
Huh?
6.
6.
Wait, what is you don't have like you don't
Actually, what kind of weapon are you using?
An edged weapon knife.
A knife. So you roll. Actually, you roll 5d6. Okay.
And give him a
and
total.
you're rolling under your close combat skill.
Under.
And so one of them was a 6. So one you take one out. Okay. So, but you with a knife you can go because it's so small. Does that make sense?
Gotcha.
So it's
I'm
a 5.
like an
It gets
assassin.
5d6, but only one. If any one of those that hit, it does one hit.
Yeah.
Oh,
Does that make sense?
All right, here we go.
But you can do it so fast.
No hits.
Okay. So you slash away, and he leaps back amazingly, somewhat agile. What are you doing?
I'm gonna run up and try to tackle him, try to grapple him.
Try and grapple him. Okay.
Yeah.
Right,
I don't know the rules.
challenge my knowledge
I see
of
the
grappling.
rules here.
Okay.
There's a lot of rules for grappling.
Yeah, there's a whole chapter on grappling.
Yes,
actually.
I know. Just roll.
If character has he may attempt to grapple. It counts as an unarmed melee attack.
Yes.
So I have an agility of 6. What am I rolling for this? For melee?
Probably
It's
close combat.
Close combat attack. It's always a close combat attack. So
Well, I don't have any close combat, but I have fisticuffs. I have good fisticuffs.
Okay,
But close combat I thought was armed. Like I'm just trying to punch him
just trying to find the
and
match.
tackle him.
okay, roll your fisticuffs. Sure. Well, you're doing it with unarmed, correct?
Yes.
Okay, roll fisticuffs and roll.
Do I roll the number of fisticuffs?
Does everybody get the
die I
same
have?
escape skills?
Yes, we'll do it that way. Sure.
Or they're
Yeah.
specific to my
They're
character?
all the same.
Oh,
So what happens is you pick one that you get the full
Okay,
score.
so I would
everything else is
have
the half score.
2 of them succeed.
Okay, so he's going to try and
Okay.
block
Gotcha.
your
So like
your
if you have like a
fisticuff
close
rolls,
combat at 2,
and
you can pick. I picked edge
and
weapons
he
as
blocks
2.
one of them. So
the
you've
other
got
ones are
an
1.
arm wrapped around him.
But it's
This
only a 2, so I
massive,
gotta like roll pretty well.
greasy,
I don't know. I
fat
don't have
guy.
any of
It's
that.
like a big fat Marlon Brando.
But anything with an asterisk, you can actually pick a skill from it.
Very,
Where do you put that?
very
Where do you
quick.
put the skill?
I had that at the
blank line
beginning.
under the asterisk one.
I didn't get to do any of that. Okay.
How do you, obvious?
But you could pick
A
one.
little bit, yeah. Dude, it's literally I mean, he's gone native Britishman in the middle of
Loading,
the
yeah.
savage wilderness. That's Heart of Darkness all day.
Okay. Okay. Anyway, so where are we here? So that's you.
Does he get more than one
Oh, you guys can't see us, right?
Okay.
action?
Well, now let's roll initiative here, guys. Beat a.
What do we roll for initiative?
Roll a d6 and add your agility.
7.
7.
8.
So Warren's got a 7.
I was 7.
And
Watch the noise over there.
what is it? Joseph has an 8, and oof, he's awful. And Pooter has
Pooter.
a 4.
Get pooter.
Pooter.
Okay, so Joseph, you're up. Warren's on deck, followed by
Every
followed by
few
Varuk,
minutes, it's just like, what is
followed by
that
Pooter.
smell?
Okay, Joseph, what are you doing?
I will attack again.
Okay, with your knife,
Yes.
swing away. Action 1.
2
you got
hits.
4 actions.
2 hits.
Okay, and he gets his saves. The save with a knife is just a 1, and he fails. So he takes 2 points of damage. Second action.
Keep slashing.
Okay, you're like you're just like
going
up
crazy.
on top of him, stabbing away like a madman.
5 hits.
5 hits. Oh
All
my
2s and a 1. How did that even just happen?
And he saved on 2 of them. So he takes 3. He takes 6 more hits, or 6 more points. Okay.
That's 2 actions, so you have 2 more.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
We came here for a reason. Let's keep going. 1 hit.
Okay, and he rolls and he saves.
And 1 more.
So what does that mean? He takes no damage?
From that hit, yes.
Okay.
2 hits.
2 hits, and 1 save, 1 fail. He's still up, but he's looking bloodied. Okay, very bloodied. Warren, you're up. And the Varuk is afterward.
Just picturing that happening. It just turned into the savage.
Have him grappled. And I'm just going to start punching him repeatedly.
Okay,
when he fails.
do fisticuffs.
All right.
Punching him repeatedly.
2. 2 of the 4.
Actually, I did that wrong. Only 1 per thing would have hit. Does that make sense?
What do you mean?
It doesn't matter. When you roll the 5 dice, it's not 5 hits. It's 1 hit, but you're getting 5 chances to hit. Does that make sense?
I got you.
Okay, so fisticuffs.
Okay. So that succeeds.
Okay,
For my
he
first action.
fails. How many? So that was 1.
I don't know how much a fist does.
Just roll. What's your strength?
My strength is 4.
4. So just add. So call it 2. Okay. So and he fails. So he takes 2. So he's
okay.
2 minus
So
2.
and we're in close combat. So the number
Yes.
of actions is equal to your agility.
Yes, correct.
So I have 6 actions.
Correct.
So I have 6 agility.
Correct.
Okay.
Okay.
And it's saying here. So on our melee attacks, you roll hit dice equal to the agility. So I'd be rolling 6 of these.
Correct.
As opposed to 4.
Correct.
Okay. So I'm gonna just hit
But
it.
again, only 1 actually.
Yes,
So
so-
it's like 6 chances to
Yes.
get.
Okay.
So I'm just
that
gonna.
makes sense.
If I can keep him restrained,
2 more dice here.
I'm just gonna keep punching him until he's dead.
Okay.
So
Okay.
if it takes 6 times, I'm gonna do it 6 times.
Okay. Roll.
So that's another one. That's
How many hits?
that has
I thought we were doing just if you hit.
Yes. Well.
well 4 of the 6 succeed.
Okay, 4. So he
There.
gets 4 saves to avoid 1, and he gets 1 save, so he takes 1 hit. So 2 points. Okay.
So wait, is it a hit per?
No, it's
How
not
many
a hit
he
per
saves?
die. It's all of those are an attempt to get 1 hit. Does that make sense? Just means you have a better chance. It's
Okay,
like
so-
advantage.
No, okay. So I thought you were saying even if 1 dice. So okay.
But he still gets
So
a save.
even if he fails,
So he
even
still
if,
takes the damage if he doesn't save.
So he has more chance
does.
to save.
no, if he
hit
saves, he doesn't take any damage. If he got 3 successes
hit.
and he got 3
So if I roll
saves,
6
no
of
damage
them,
would be taken.
and
But if he got
4
2 saves
would succeed,
against his 3 successes,
he rolls
he would
4
take
saves.
damage.
But he needs a 1 to save. So it's not like he's going to save.
Okay, what you're saying is he won't take the damage like 3 times.
No, he'll take the damage.
But he has 3
But you're just
chances to
increasing the
save.
odds. You're increasing the odds of doing damage.
No, yeah, I got what you're saying.
just-
So it's like swords and shields. You have more swords, you hit them
Yes.
than shields. Kind of deal.
So, but like, if I only had, if only one of these was under, he would only have 1 save. Doesn't that? So that's worse for him to only have 1 save.
Well, it's
Not
but it's still
really,
a
because
1. He needs to roll a 1.
Yeah, but if he's rolling 4 of them and he has to get a 1,
No,
to-
but he needs
No.
4 to beat all 4. Either way,
he would
if
need to get
fails-
as many saves
If he fails-
oh, he has to
successful.
he would have to get a 1 for all of them.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
if he
all right.
fails any
I
one
thought-
of them,
He
the
can
hit
fail.
goes through.
Got
Does
it.
that make sense?
Yes,
We
now
just
it
figured
does.
out the
Now it
game.
does.
It's getting there. Yeah.
All right,
It
Any
makes
one
sense.
of them.
I thought.
So you're increasing your odds
Okay.
Yeah.
of getting
Now I
that.
understand.
No,
Now
yeah,
I
now-
understand.
now I'm
okay.
getting it.
That makes much more sense.
So if you get
Okay.
3 hits and he gets 2 saves, your attack is successful.
Yeah.
And it
Yes.
does the damage of the
But
one.
if you get
Okay.
if you get 4 hits and he doesn't save on any of them, he still takes 1.
1 damage.
Yeah.
Well,
The 1, whatever
of
the
the
damage.
weapon.
would be.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
understand.
Yeah,
You're
it
just
does.
increasing the chances of being
no,
successful.
it makes sense. So if the knife does 1 damage, that makes sense. I got you.
That's 3 successes on my 3rd hit.
And 1 save, so he does take another. Still up.
That's
Just savagely beat the crap.
another 3. That is my 4th.
And 1 save again, so again.
This is my 5th, and that's 1, 2, 5. Say 5 successes.
Ooh. You guys are pounding the crap out of 4, and he failed 4 of them, so it means another hit. Okay.
He makes it.
And then this is my last one, which is 1, 2, 3, 5 successes.
And one, either way, he kind of
punched him
tumbles
6 times.
and he says, I expected someone like you. What did you expect?
Someone like you.
Are you an assassin?
You're just
Researchers.
You're just another kill. Something more to add to my collection.
No, you are not an assassin. You are an errand boy sent to collect a bill. And then he tumbles over.
Just beat the crap.
Internal bleeding.
Come into this cave with me. We just stab and punch.
Yes, follow me into this rather ominous dark alley. I'm not a vampire.
All right, guys.
Harry
We need
Potter
to
walks
go.
up to him,
We need to get out
puts a
of here.
gun to his head.
Wait, no, okay.
Oh, that's how we're gonna do this. I heard a gunshot.
He's dead now, right?
Do we hear a
Dead
gunshot?
already.
Do I hear the gunshot?
Yes, you hear the
I
gunshot.
fire.
He's covered in
The
blood.
crowd. I am a soldier. When there's a plan, I stick
I'm
to
gonna
the plan.
quickly look for anything on him.
I'm
Okay.
gonna grab him. Just take him.
I rush to the controls.
Yeah.
Oh, that is true. All right, sure.
Oh,
so
he's big?
that's right. He's Fat Marlon Brando big.
Oh, okay.
He's Mr. Kurtz. is
Okay,
who it is,
okay,
so.
okay.
Baroqued.
I fire into the crowd.
Okay,
Cannon.
you fire into the crowd. Roll to hit. Roll
That's 4.
46.
Can I get a D6 from someone? 4 for 4? Whoa, that's dangerous.
Refuel.
What'd you roll?
6, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19.
You hit. Roll a D6.
Cannon.
2.
2 guys explode into body parts, just go flying about, and the Martians seem to scatter. Many of them lift up into the sky and start flying towards you.
Teflon, what's his name? Teflon?
Teflon Don.
Teflon's gonna reload me. Right?
Okay.
So how does this work? So if I have someone reloading for me, does that
you're not going
mean
to
that
fire every round. It still takes a round to reload it. Okay.
even though he's doing it for me?
Yeah, I mean, it's not like instantaneous. I mean, it's very, very quick.
Oh, so it doesn't benefit me at all having him reload.
I think I was being generous before, but sure. Actually, sure. You can go ahead for this purposes. He's reloading.
Okay. So how many actions would I get then? That's what I'm just curious about. How many times I can fire?
Fire again. Sure.
Okay.
Walked out like it was nothing.
Okay.
Damn it, Harold.
You hear the sounds of the gunshots going off in the distance.
14.
We're investigating the body.
Okay. You find a pouch on him with what looks like some type of herbs in it. A very nice weapon, close combat weapon. It looks like it's a Martian type of sword with engravings on it that are very difficult to discern exactly what they mean right here in this darkness.
Okay. Herbs and swords.
Okay.
Martian sword.
Doesn't seem to be a lot of otherwise quote classic value.
I need to add it to my
discernible.
collection.
You see an idol over in the corner that looks like a Martian idol.
I'll totally grab that.
Yeah, grab that.
All right. So grab the Martian idol
All
and
for
then
his game room.
Exactly.
Okay.
And then well
We need to get out of here.
we need to prove that he's dead. Should we take his head?
You know what? You seem like you really want it. Go ahead.
I'm gonna try to
Take
cut
his
his
head.
head off.
Okay, roll
with my
a
machete.
strength check.
They never really did tell us that we needed proof, but if you want
I have a
to,
strength of 4.
A strength roll 4d6.
Does he have dog tags?
And you need to beat a 12.
5, 8, 10, 14.
14. You just managed to that end at the back. It takes you about 30 seconds to get that head off, but right at the back of the spine, you're like having to twist and tug and turn the head to try and ratchet it free. But eventually, it pops
cut a
off.
head off? It's
You're
not easy.
covered with blood at this point. Okay.
Mutilated corpses a lot in my time.
14. You hit. Roll a d6.
6.
6 more of these flying Martians explode and their body parts seem to be falling down toward the ground. They don't seem to be like they're attacking. They're like spreading out at the moment.
Okay.
Okay.
Shall I try and maneuver to a place where they aren't able to surround us?
Seems like that we're good that way right now. I'm just gonna keep firing a path.
Amber says,
clear.
"May I take my pictures now?"
Yes.
No.
Maybe.
I'm gonna yell back. No. Get down below deck. Get below deck. And I'll take out my revolver and I'll come right around to her. Get down below deck.
Oh shit.
Very well.
If you had 2 cannons, you could shoot one while he recharged the other. From
Here
Eli.
you go.
What's
that
that
from
say again?
Eli?
From Eli. Eli
Okay.
said this.
Well, okay. So what are you guys doing? You have the head in your hands. It's a huge head. It's not like you can stick it in anything. Okay. This massive, bulbous head. Shoulder
Strap
that
it right to your belt.
sucker.
Does he have long hair?
It's fairly long. It's not.
Can I just tie it to my belt?
Probably not. You probably have to like carry it, or I mean, you can put it on your shoulder, I guess. But, I mean, it's like
All right, I'll carry it and I'll one hand my revolver. What?
Put a big hook through it.
Yeah, right.
And hang it.
I don't think I have a hook.
Walk out like this. Telling everybody back to F off.
Yeah. I'll we're walking out, aren't we?
Yeah, let's go.
Let's go, and I'll keep the head out. I'll poke the head out of the cave opening and look around with it, and then I'll head out.
Okay, as you walk out, the Martians seem to spread aside, seeing the face,
Oh man.
and they all seem to bow.
I just slowly walk back to my bicycle.
They all seem to bow to you, and they're like chanting. And they're like slowly following you.
Great.
I just get on a bicycle and start going.
Did you mount your bicycle? Pooter's looking around like, and he mounts his bicycle. Bloody savages. Disgusting lot they are. He mounts his bicycle. And they're looking at you.
I'll address them. I'll say, "You're all free from the wrath of this man."
He can speak Martian, does he?
yeah.
Some of them were
say?
speaking
of them
English
spoke
though.
English.
Some of them in there were mixed in English.
Yeah.
Does he know?
Uh-oh.
I will say,
You are the man. You are here to provide guidance. Then
yes, I have come to warn you.
stay upon your throne.
Tell them to kill themselves.
That's so cool, and I kind of want to just stay and do it.
Stay. And they will serve you the porridge of the gods.
Is that what that was before?
The porridge of the gods.
It is a one shot, Brad.
The
It
lights.
is a one shot.
The lights.
Take into account, you'll probably be the one who's targeted next after this.
That is true. I will say to them, I cannot stay. I'm here to
Pooter
warn.
comes up to you with a gun. I think we best leave.
He pointed
Now,
at me.
he seems to like be pointing it in a general direction. Now, I think it's best to leave.
Put that thing away, lad.
Very well. These are a dangerous lot.
I'm well aware.
I'm just gonna chuck a stick of dynamite at him.
Oh,
What?
Just into the crowd.
Okay.
Not near him.
Is
Not
it
near
lit?
you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Roll a throwing check.
Ooh, throwing. What do I roll?
Roll, you should have throwowing skill. Just roll
handle things
roll that many
diplomatically.
dice.
A 2.
A 2. You're very concerned that it didn't go as far as you want, and you see it fusing away over there.
Time to go.
I guess I'm going to see him do this, and it explodes. I'm going to fire again.
Hopefully, before it explodes, I want to just try to say.
It does have a very conveniently long fuse.
I'm just going to say. I must be leaving. I have come to warn you that the Royal Geographic Society will be coming to exterminate all of you if you remain. Please leave.
They see the fuse burning, and they seem to be scattering as it is. You don't get the impression that they're very, very. Most of them are very, very intelligent creatures, if you will.
So I'll say to the one with the beard, I'll be like, "You're their leader now. Their lives are in your hands." And I hop on my bike and fly away.
Okay, you guys make it back to the vessel, and what do you do?
Giant explosion behind us as we're going.
Super.
We
don't look at it.
I say, so back to Parhoon or back to Sirtis Major?
To
the field.
the field.
The fields.
To map them.
Excellent.
Right.
Right.
All right, the fields.
Okay, so
I'm going to say to him, I'm going to say, when I see the head, I'm like, did you happen to check to see if he had dog tags, perhaps, instead of bringing his entire head along with him?
Hide the head. There's people. Get rid of it.
I have
Head
a
in a pouch.
I have a carpet bag.
I will put that.
I will take the
in the cup. Here, give me that. I'll just dump all your stuff out of it.
I don't actually have anything in it. I just carry it for
I'll
convenience.
dump the lint out of it. And I'll put the head in it.
All right, one carpet bag with a head in it.
So did you take the? Sorry, the idol, his head. Did you take the herbs of the sword?
Sword, yeah.
You have the sword?
Pooter, I just want to let you know that I did threaten your wife with a gun.
I don't want the herbs. I wanted the sword more than the herbs.
Well,
No, I just wrote it down.
threatened your bride-to-be with a gun to keep her below deck and safe.
You can have the herbs.
She was being a little bit too curious. Just wanted you to hear it from me before you heard it from her.
Okay, but she's all right.
She is fine, thankfully.
And now I think as they're scattering, I think it's possible for her to take her photographs. Maybe. What do you all think?
They may return fire, especially stay below deck.
We have no obligation to let her take any photographs. We got what we came for. Now we're gonna
He
go
just
and
fancies the lady.
No, trust me.
we
I
got what
don't.
we came for this particular thing. Now we move on to our next mission. Stick to the mission.
Very well.
Okay, you spend, you take off, you leave the islands?
Yes.
You manage to navigate around the liftwood fields. They're fairly easy to map out. It's a very distinctly defined area in the hills where these large trees continue to grow. You manage to map them out. It takes you the better part of a day, about a day and a half. You see a lot of Martians about, high Martians flittering about the trees, but they don't seem to be any concern to you. And you end up with a very detailed map at the end of it. From there, where do you go?
Back
So
to
we got our
Parhoon or to Sirtis
Liftwood
Major.
map, correct?
Yep.
To
Back to
Sirtis Major.
Sirtis Major.
Okay, so it takes you a solid 4 days of travel. You pass Parhoon. You see as you pass Parhoon, you see little sporadic battles going on in Parhoon itself, as it's under, they're dealing with a rebellion in Parhoon. The British are dealing with a rebellion. The regular troops are dealing with a rebellion there. And you continue past Parhoon, and you continue on to Sirtis Major itself.
Oh, we're not dropping off the Harold Pooter.
Is he coming with us?
They're stuck on board
Harold's
now.
like, no, I'll go to Sirtis Major. I need to see my uncle anyway. I hope you don't mind.
The Colonel, right?
Yes, the Colonel's my uncle.
All right.
Well, you couldn't possibly do any more damage.
Colonel Corman is my uncle. Yes, indeed.
The more of them survive, the larger the workforce can be when the area is stable.
Okay, so you make your way into Sirtis Major. You eventually come to, you return to the ports itself, and eventually you make your way toward, what was it called, Tom? The Horse and Groom Gentlemen's Club.
I have my carpet bag in hand.
Okay, you make your way toward the Horse and Groom Gentlemen's Club, and you get inside, and you see the Colonel again. Huh? There we are.
I took out a bunch of his teeth.
What?
Beforehand.
Yes, so eventually you make your way back inside, and you see the Colonel. Oh, welcome back, Chop Chop Cheerio.
Greetings, Colonel.
How did the mission go?
Well, we have a prodigious proof of
Somebody
our
was
success.
talking about a newfangled device that has 2 of these in it.
We have a prodigious proof of our success, and I lift the carpet bag and pat it.
Very old. They actually
What
bifocals
exactly
as well.
is that? A dirty bag?
No, it's what's in the bag.
Show the man.
Out here.
Why not?
I open it slightly for him to look inside.
Oh, poor Colonel Baruch. Yes. Yes, James, would you you don't mind disposing of that, do you?
Not at all.
No, not at all. Well, thank you very much, gentlemen. We do appreciate. I hope your first sojourn to Mars was not too uncomfortable, mind you. Would you like some more of that Onatron wine? When you first got here?
Yes.
Really?
Much better than Old Jank Spirit.
You didn't care for the Old Jank Spirit. You can't join me another round of Old Jank Spirit, then?
I'll have the wine. It reminds me of
Very
Africa.
well. Will you join me? Who will join me in the Old Jank Spirit, then?
I'm just too busy laughing.
And one more round of the Old Jank Spirit. Don't give me no more of that Old Jank Spirit. Don't give me no more of that Old Jank Spirit. For my head will fly, my tongue will lie, my eyes will fry, and I may die. Won't you pour me one more of that sinful Old Jank Spirit? Chop chop cheerio! Bravo, lads! Bravo! Did everybody have a good time?
Yeah, of course.
Nice.
That was a lot of fun. A lot of fun for me. Hope it was a lot of fun for you guys too.
Yeah.
Everybody gets. You completed both missions, 110 experience points, so that if you do play
even
these
know where that
characters
goes.
again, you will have the second
part
level.
of the original game.
You will. I mean, I'm not second level. Fourth level. Fourth level. You'll be fourth level, and you.
I'm just gonna put it next to the
addendum.
level.
Yep, addendum has the additional information on experience points itself, so you can figure out what more you get, if that makes sense.
More wounds, you get skill points, attribute points, and research.
Okay.
Wait, did you click this again?
No, it's popped up.
This is.
They couldn't hear a single
down.
thing that you ever said.
I turned him off from the beginning of the game.
Okay.
That's fun.
Where are we here? Thank you for watching Seven Sided Dies episode of Space 1889, The Thrilling Adventures of the Royal Geographic Society. I will be DMing the Carpathian Adventure tomorrow, Thursday night. And Eli, I know you're watching. We hope you will be back next week. Yes, next week with Echoes of the Dream War. On YouTube, please comment below. We did get a comment. We saw that from somebody, 333.
Trying to make sure
Thank you for liking our stream.
They go to the
Appreciate
right
it.
thing.
If you like our stream, please click like, but also
Smash that like
please
button.
subscribe. And as Brian says, please ding that bell.
Ding that bell.
Ding that bell. It's also
that bell.
follow us on Twitch.
Ding it.
Follow us on Instagram. For now,
And Twitter.
Thank you for watching. And
And there's a Facebook now.
Facebook.
We have one like it's me.
Wow.
Yeah, good. Yeah, we're growing.
tacky. You liked
Roll
your
a
own page?
seven-sided die. For now, have a good night. Thanks for watching.
This is Mars, the red planet. It was the first planet explored by humans, and it is the setting for some of the thrilling adventures of the Royal Geographic Society. The year is 1889, the height of the Victorian era. Mars is heavily populated with high and hill Martians with technology akin to the late Middle Ages. Geshants and creatures unseen on Earth abound. It is also being properly colonized by the European powers. The English, French, and the Germans have established colonies here, and American cowboys are everywhere. The reason is plain: liftwood. Liftwood is harvested from trees that only grow on Mars, and when properly configured and trimmed can make vessels fly. Liftwood is extremely valuable, and the growing importance of aerial navies has made many countries desirous of establishing their dominance here. Welcome to the Red Planet. Welcome to Mars. Seven-Sided Die presents Space 1889, the thrilling adventures of the Royal Geographic Society.